Friends forever, that's what we are. Through the thick and the thin, we're friendship stars. We're banger main buddies from the days of old. We laugh, cry, and hug, friendship solid as gold. My soul whatever started a year ago. We share our stories and your stories were told. 80s, 90s memories that give us glee. And on the block party shows, NKOTB. Now our friendship circle has grown by far. Hashtag friends forever, that's what we all are. Boom. And if you don't know, now you know. My so-called whatever for life. Hashtag MSCW. Hashtag friends forever. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey. It's been a while.
It kind of has, actually.
I'm trying to think when the last time we recorded was. It was before everything went down, like in a good way. But
it was June.
Right. And now it's like July 20th?
Yeah.
Has it been a month? Almost.
Yeah. Well, it was about that.
Because we were 3 episodes ahead. So, and we didn't release 1 episode, which we'll get into that.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a while. Here we are in my basement.
Yeah. Where it all began.
This is where it all began because it is really hot out.
Yeah.
It's like 100 degrees, no joke.
Today is the hottest day probably of the year in Bangor, Maine.
And my house is nice and cool. Especially my downstairs.
Oh, it's so nice in here.
It's really, like, I'm actually a little chilly.
I kind of want to sleep down here.
I should be sleeping down here.
You probably should be sleeping down here because you could put your leg up, which we'll get to that.
But can I tell you, and I'll tell you why I'm afraid to sleep down here with my leg.
Okay.
Because of a fire. How am I going to get out?
Oh, God. I didn't think about that.
I guess I could go through the garage.
You could.
But it'd be a lot easier if I could just, like, be pulled through a window in my living room. That's where I've been sleeping.
Okay.
But
I get that.
Anyway, that was the first thing.
I probably wouldn't be able to sleep at night thinking about that.
It's really difficult.
I have that big window, so, I mean, I could just jump through it.
What big window?
In my bedroom.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
You know?
You do have that big window.
I'd probably miss it on the first time, but the second time I go through.
This is like proper basement window, like right up there.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. At least you get a little light in, though.
A little bit. So, anyway, here we are.
Here we are.
We're recording a very special episode.
It's Saturday.
It is.
And the kids and Kevin are outside in the pool.
Yep.
So we're going to do this.
They're keeping cool in the pool.
Maybe we'll go outside and enjoy it. I'm going to try to get Brooke. Okay, let's just talk about real quick what happened.
This is the elephant in the room.
Here's the elephant in the room. What happened, Brooke?
I broke my foot and my ankle.
Crazy. Right? But thank God it was after Boston.
Thank God.
Could you imagine if it happened?
1 week and 1 day.
Could you imagine if it happened at Boston?
That would have been awful. Yes.
So I would have put you on my back and carried you.
You would have not made it.
Stop.
But listen, so it was the first day. We got a pool. Mm-hmm. We got a new pool. And it's above ground, so my husband built a deck. The deck wasn't completely built yet. To be honest, it still isn't. But it was enough that, we can get up and get in the pool. While I was walking down the stairs, and I misstepped, and I fell off the side of the stairs.
And broke your ankle and your foot.
Yep.
Bad.
So, yeah, but no surgery needed. It was bad.
Yeah, it was bad. I just looked at it and it's still...
It's like, it's even more colorful than it was, but that's normal.
Okay.
I Googled it.
Okay.
I mean, I know Dr. Google. I should ask the real doctor, but he was super cool, by the way.
Cool.
You know how I get afraid going to doctors and stuff?
Yes.
I went in and he was like, first of all, everybody in the ER was really nice. Like, I'm very, like, I'm one of those people, like, what is it? Like, white coat syndrome or something?
Yeah.
I get super nervous. So, like, when they take my blood pressure, I'm always like, you should probably take it at the end.
Yes, I see the same thing because then they freak out.
Right. But they took it in the beginning anyway. Mm-hmm. And it was a little bit elevated. And, but the girl was super sweet. And she's like, that's probably because you're sitting here in a wheelchair with a big, swollen, broken ankle.
They understood.
She got it.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Yeah, no surgery. Just broke in 2 places.
And you got something while you were in the emergency room.
I did. I picked up a little bug or something. Because...
You kind of scare me, though, I have to say. when
Why?
you were talking about, because you had that, and then you were talking about Legionnaire's disease in Bangor, and I was like, oh my God, do I have Legionnaire's disease?
No, I was so scared about that because here's the thing. It was like 3 days later and they had a news report
I know. It came up on my phone.
on Legionnaire's disease in Bangor, Maine. Like an outbreak or something. But
Because-
then
I mean, because you knew how sick I was.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, what the hell?
thinking we all have Legionnaire's disease.
Right.
And then I think my daughter, because it has to be like you get it from water
Oh,
or
I
like
didn't know that.
like mist.
Oh, well, then I wouldn't have gotten it.
Well, so I worried because my daughter, who goes to the Bangor Parks and Rec program every day,
Oh,
they go to the
yeah.
pool, which is like a public
Yeah.
pool. And I thought, oh my gosh, she has
Get
it.
it from water?
Yeah, like from like people get it from like
Like public pools and like drinking probably out of the hose.
no, it's like like water systems.
Oh.
And like think about like misting stations and things
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that sort of thing. But then I actually read about Legionnaire's disease in Bangor. There's been 7 cases
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
reported in the last like 7 years.
Oh.
So it's not like an outbreak.
No.
But still, I was really scared. I'm like, great, I got Legionnaire's disease from St. Joseph's Hospital.
Right. Well, I mean, I after you said that, I started kind of freaking out, and I'll get to it, but I got really sick.
You
during
did.
this tour. I mean, I was like,
You got really sick.
I've been really lucky this year. I've just had like little annoying things, like I had a little congestion or whatever.
Right.
I was out for the count. I was down. Like Nikki was down.
You really were. I felt so bad when you're on your trip and I'm talking to you and you're like,
I couldn't even
we
talk.
might come home.
Yeah.
Like there were a couple of days.
Yeah.
Where you were like, I think we might just turn around and come home.
Yeah.
And then you were like, no, we stayed. I don't know. We might just come home.
Right.
Like I felt so bad. Because
I'm glad
like
we
of
didn't.
all the times
Right.
that you could be sick.
Right.
I'm glad you weren't sick for Boston though.
Me too. I think I got sick from Boston is what I think.
Oh.
That's what I
interesting.
think.
Yeah.
But it didn't really hit me like hard until after Hershey.
Yeah.
I think I got the worst like after Hershey.
Oh my gosh.
So, but we'll get to that.
Yep.
So today we are here to talk to you guys about our mixtape tour experience.
That's right.
Get ready for the mixtape tour experience.
Should we intro?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. This is Brooke.
And this is Nikki.
And this is my so-called whatever.
Hey.
And
this is like our 3rd block party in a row, by the way.
welcome to the 3rd block
Block party.
party in a row.
We ain't leaving out nobody
Not
in a
you
row.
or anybody.
Or Donnie Wahlberg, for that matter.
Or Jordan Knight.
Or Joey McIntyre.
Or John.
Or Danny.
Hey, they're all here. Well, no, they're not really here.
I wish they were.
But I wish they were here.
Yeah. They'd probably be
any
in
of
the
them.
pool.
Probably. And you know where I'd be?
Where?
Not right here. I'd be out there by the pool.
Oh.
If they were in the pool, I'd be by the pool.
I'd be
I can't get in the pool.
I'd be nervous. That's what I'd be. So nothing's changed on that front.
No. What if Jordan had a beard in the pool?
I don't mind Jordan with a beard.
I love it. Like, I love it.
I don't
What do you
think-
think of Joe with a beard?
I didn't mind it. It wasn't bad.
I didn't mind it either.
I don't mind facial hair anymore. Like Kevin, I used to be like, oh no, don't shave. But then he looks like 12. So
Right. He does look really young when he doesn't have facial
I mean,
hair.
he looks young now. Like
Yeah.
he looks a good 10 years younger than me. And he's not.
I would say he looks, I wouldn't say 10 years.
You wouldn't?
No. No.
I've had a lot of people comment about him being younger than me.
Really?
Yes. And he's not that much younger than me. He is like not even a year younger than me.
No. It's like 8 months or something.
Right. But then again, I also have people that say my sister and I are twins. And she is 10 years older than me. But then I have people that tell me I look so young. And I'm like, are you just saying that to be nice to me? Or do you really mean it?
I think that it's all, it's so like, I don't know. Some people think different things from other people.
Yeah.
So someone might look at me and be like, you look like you're 27. And I'll be like, thank you, my dear.
Yes. Thank you.
And it's the same. Somebody else might look at me and be like, I think you look like you're 50. And
no.
I don't know. Maybe. Someone thought that I was Darcy's mom once.
Stop it. Stop it.
He was stupid.
Yeah, he was dumb.
I'm just gonna say that Darcy and I are 5 days apart. Like, he didn't really look at me.
What the hell were you thinking, dude?
He didn't really look at me.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
He must have just assumed, like, he recognized her because she had been there before.
Right.
And he was like, oh, you brought your mom with you? And I was like, the fuck? And I left.
Yeah. You did?
I did. I was so mad. And he was so, like, stupid.
Ugh.
So I just left. I mean, I waited outside. It
There
wasn't
are
like a big
those
deal.
people. Those are the same people that come up to you and ask you when you're due.
Those are those same people.
For the love of everything.
You just don't ask that.
And thirdly, don't ever touch my stomach.
Ever.
Even if I'm pregnant, don't touch my stomach.
Don't touch me. Don't put your hands on me. At all.
I think I've talked about this before. I had somebody come up to me.
Yes, you have.
I was not pregnant. They proceeded to rub my stomach and ask me when I was due. And I just stared at them.
Wait, is that different from the one that asked if this is your first?
No, that was from Jamaica.
That's the funniest
I
story.
thought she was talking about my donut.
That's what was funny about it. It wasn't funny that
The
that
weird
happened.
thing about all of that is like, I didn't look pregnant.
No, you didn't.
I think that she was like psychic. Because then I found out a couple months later I was pregnant. Hey, surprise.
Right. But I think it was funny that you thought she was talking about your donut.
I thought she was talking about the donut. And I was like, yeah, it is. It's
is
wonderful.
this your first donut?
I was like, it's wonderful. It's awesome. She was definitely asking me if I was pregnant.
Oh,
and
my
it clicked
gosh.
after she walked away. And I was like, she was not talking about the donut. She was talking about a baby inside of my belly.
I had somebody ask me what's at work.
What?
Not my work now, but before. I was like 27.
What?
And they asked me, I don't remember if they asked me when I think they asked me when I was due. And I was working for a dentist's office at the time. And the dentist was there, like in the same room. And he laughed. The biggest rip-roaring laugh you've ever heard come out of a 65-year-old man.
Is it because he was uncomfortable?
No. That was just how he was.
Ugh.
And then he said to the patient in the chair, because it was a patient, he said, you got to check your eyes. She's not having a baby. You got to check your eyes. And you don't say that to a lady.
Oh, good for him.
But he was laughing about it. And then the guy in the chair was like, they were like two old men laughing.
I think he was laughing because he was uncomfortable.
But he was a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't mean any harm by it,
No.
you know? And admittedly, I was wearing like a tunic. Like, the shirt could be a maternity shirt.
The woman that did this to me,
Yes.
honestly, I hadn't lost the baby weight. I'd had Bryn. It hadn't been a year. It was probably like 9 months because it was the summer after I had Bryn.
Yep.
Pretty sure it was the summer after I had Bryn. I don't think it was the summer after I had Brody, but it was summer. Went to church.
Is this where what happened?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. She knows what she did.
Yep.
I left. I got up and walked out.
Yep. Well,
I was like,
you just feel
never
a
to
certain
return
way.
again.
You just feel a certain way.
It just, I mean, seriously, what are you thinking?
You don't say that
And
to a lady.
Don't touch somebody's belly while you do it.
No.
Don't you ever think? I'm always wrong and noticing and people I've talked about this numerous times. And I have a story to talk about in Boston too, but we'll get to it. About I didn't think the person was waving at me,
Oh.
so I was looking behind me and
right.
right over here. And
Right.
I never think it's for me anymore because when I do think it's for me, it's never for me.
It's not for you.
Never. So.
So anyway, that was a good tangent.
Yeah. I like the way you tangent.
I don't know what we were talking about.
We haven't even
We
got into
introed.
it yet. We introed, so I guess we can just dive right into Thursday night when we drove down.
Yeah, we left late.
Yeah.
I mean, we left after work.
It wasn't too late, but yeah. We left after you got out of work.
And then I, of course, had to come home and finish packing because
Right.
that's the way that rolls.
Hey,
But we drove down. It was a good drive.
it was a good drive. It went by
No
fast.
traffic. We got down there. We stopped at Arby's.
We did stop at Arby's. Let's talk about Arby's for a second because
We love Arby's, you guys.
yes, and the dip and Swiss is my favorite. So if you haven't had the dip and Swiss, do it.
That beef and cheddar.
Beef and cheddar is pretty good too.
Beef and cheddar is my favorite.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm sniffling. I'm still like, I think like I contracted something else, like, but it's just like an annoying, like, so if I'm sniffly in advance, I'm picking this hair off the microphone.
I think I'm sniffly. I mean, I'm trying not to be sniffly,
Yeah,
but
I think it's the air conditioning really is what I think it is.
Well,
You know,
there's
like
that
when
too.
you go from like heat to cold or cold to hot,
yep.
like your nose runs. So
Like humidity to air conditioning to
Right.
like, and there's, yeah.
it feels like a nice brisk fall day right now.
In like downstairs.
Yes, it does.
It does. I wonder what the temperature is down here. I'm curious, but
I bet it's 65 degrees
I was going to say
or
probably
like
about
60.
I was going to say like 67, 68.
Yeah. I mean, not brisk fall day, but like a fall day.
And like
In the morning.
I'm right below the blower, the air conditioner blower.
Oh, yeah.
And I keep feeling it on the back of my arms. It's a little chill, but it's fine. I'm not going to complain. It's 100
No.
degrees outside
And I'm not going to complain about the heat either because
because I don't want winter.
no.
Like I enjoy summer.
Right, me too.
So, but anyway,
So
So-
I got my notes here, so you might hear some paper shuffling.
I have my notes, but they're on my phone.
So we drove down, went to Arby's. I don't know how I eat that dip and Swiss in the car. Kevin
You did a
wonders the
great
same
job,
thing.
though.
I was like, it is so good that I cherish it so much that I just get it done.
Every last little drip and drop.
Yeah,
You did a
'Cause
great
it's
job.
like you dip it in a jus sauce,
Right.
right?
I don't
Is
know how
that
you do
jus?
it. A jus, yeah.
Yeah.
I've
So-
never had it.
Yeah.
Like, I can't get away from my beef and cheddar, but I should really try it sometime.
Right. So like, I was super nervous going down because I had it in my head. Like I was nervous about the whole operation of the hotels. Like that had been on my mind for like weeks.
Right.
And like what I was concerned about is that we decided to go down on a Thursday. We were going to stay in the same hotel that we were supposed to be staying at for the rest of the 2 days, but it was like $400 to stay there for one
Exactly.
extra night. And we had gotten a really good rate for the other nights, and we weren't going to pay $400 to stay there one night.
No. No way,
So-
and you know what?
No. So we had decided that we were going to stay at this other hotel. And then what we would do is in the morning, somehow, some way, we'd like, because we couldn't check in until 3:00 in the other hotel, but like we had to be at check-in at like 2:30, 3:00.
Yeah, we like planned to meet our group at like 2:30.
So like that was
at
on my
TD.
mind. It was on my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to get ready.
I know it was.
And it was stressing me out. And you kept saying, don't worry, it will
And I was
work
like,
out.
it all works out. Things are fine.
But you know me,
It all works out in the
I find
end.
one little thing. I find one thing, and then I like hyper focus on it.
Right.
And so I was super hyper focused on it, and it sucks when I do that, and I do it a lot. It sucks when I do that because sometimes it takes the joy away from the other stuff that's going on.
Right.
And we were very lucky in this aspect because not only,
Oh my gosh.
I mean, not only did we, when we checked in, the guy was amazing at a loft in Boston. That's
Yes.
the hotel, a loft.
Super, super sweet. Oh my gosh.
Right. But he was like, we were like, could we get a late checkout? And he was like, what time do you want to check out? Like 3? Like, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like-
he was amazing. Like, clearly they weren't booked solid.
No, he said 2.
He said 2
That's
o'clock.
right, 2
He said,
o'clock.
how's 2 o'clock? And I was like, that's way
I
better than I
said-
ever expected.
Hallelujah. Thank you. You just made my night.
Yep.
Like, I felt like I could sleep. I felt like I went from like a 7 to like a 1.
Yeah.
Anxiety wise, because
Yeah.
I was like, this is gonna work out. We can at least stay till 2, go over to the other hotel, check in our bags,
Right,
and then
and
just
go.
go if we need to.
Right.
So we got to the hotel and we were exhausted after
Thursday night?
Yeah, we got some snacks, came upstairs, and the hotel was really nice.
It was nice. It was clean. I mean, it's a newer hotel.
Yeah, I highly recommend staying there.
Absolutely.
The only thing is like it was very technologically advanced, and there weren't any USBs.
The USBs, like, if you guys are familiar with Aloft hotels, they're kind of hipsterish.
Yeah.
But, like, there was no place to plug in your phone.
Like
You had to bring your own, like, block and stuff.
It
Like,
should
there were no
be-
USBs.
If I could give one thing to the hotel industry, it would be like, get one of these USB things that I have next to me that like plug in or like are mounted to
Yes.
the nightstand.
The nightstand.
And
in between the two beds.
right. And have one right there.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, because
But even
who
better,
doesn't need it?
have one like 1, 2, 3. So like if there's a queen bed and 2 people are sleeping in it, you could plug it in on either side.
On either side.
It's really not that much extra to do something like that.
No,
I would
it's
say.
not.
I mean, when you're talking about millions of stuff, but still, it's a little extra that would go a long way.
It will go a huge long way.
So that's my 2 cents.
in
right
the
there.
name of customer service.
Right, and technology.
Technology.
Yes.
And convenience.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
But we really liked the hotel.
Right.
Got a good night's sleep.
We
laughed our asses off.
We did?
Yes.
What were we laughing at?
Okay, so we were watching on TV.
Oh my God.
It was
Oh
like an
my
infomercial
God.
for like sub, like golden oldies type of thing.
I'm all out of love. Oh, bread.
Bread.
I'm so lost without you. It wasn't
Why,
that
I don't
song,
even know why we were laughing.
Because we were like, I'm going to start this band and I'm going to name it after something I really love.
Like bread.
Our name is going to be Bread.
I'm going to name my band
Cream. Like, what was up with the 70s friggin' names
I don't
of
know,
bands?
but for real. It was so weird, but we laughed so hard. It was fun.
And then we did polos because we did have Marco Polo. We did polos, like watching and laughing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So
was
that was
fun.
fun. And then we went to sleep, and it was good night's sleep.
It was. I slept really well. And again, I think it was because I had nothing
Like, no stress.
to hyper focus on. I
Right.
had nothing to, only thing that was going to happen from here on out was I would probably be nervous about meeting Joe
Yeah.
and sweating.
Right. I mean, that's always a concern.
That's always the concern.
Always. And it doesn't matter where you
No.
are, when, what the temperature is.
No.
It's always a concern. So we got up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
We ordered
Uber Eats.
Uber Eats
Oh my God,
for
we have to talk
breakfast.
about the guy that dropped it off
I don't remember.
on his bike and he like
Oh, yeah.
saran wrapped our coffees.
Yeah. So everything was all saran wrapped, so obviously so it wouldn't leak. But he was on a bike, and I remember thinking, like, logistically.
But I think he took the saran wrap. I think he carried the saran wrap with him.
You do?
Yes.
You don't think that the restaurant
No.
saran wrapped things?
No, because they didn't know he was on a bike, probably.
Oh, they probably, maybe they did.
But like, do all restaurants do that?
So here's the thing. I'm trying to remember how our other Uber things arrived.
Not with saran. I don't know. I think they were cars.
They were definitely cars. But how did our drinks and stuff?
We didn't have drinks.
Yeah, we did. We got milkshakes.
Oh yeah, I wasn't there when it came because I was downstairs.
I don't remember how it came. It came in a carrier with like handles.
Oh.
But also yesterday at work, we ordered something from DoorDash.
Oh, you did?
And things came like packaged differently than what you would expect.
Really?
Yeah. So
Interesting.
obviously it wasn't on a bike.
Right.
But I wonder if they just do that.
Huh, maybe.
But I don't know. Anyway, so that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think we just got breakfast sandwiches.
Right, but you called the hotel. So not only did we
Oh,
have a
right.
2:00 checkout, we were like relaxed. We had time.
Yes.
You decided to call
The
hotel.
Renaissance.
Yeah, just to let them know, just to see. I don't even remember.
I called to see, well, because I knew it was
about
like
the bags, because we were going to bring the bags over.
there was bags and also room selection. So we had booked a king bed room because that was what the cheaper rate was.
Right,
that
right,
was
right.
It was really, really inexpensive.
And I didn't care.
So right.
didn't
And at
care.
the end of the day, I was like, I don't care if we have to sleep in the same bed. It wouldn't be
No.
the first time. And
Right.
usually it's a queen. So like if it's a king,
Yeah.
cool.
That's even better.
So, but obviously it would be nice to each have our own bed.
Right.
So I called in the morning. It was probably like 10 o'clock or so.
Yeah, it was like
10:30. It was even before that.
It was before that. I think it was more like 8:30, 9 o'clock because the guy came early.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
we may have even made the call before the guy came.
I don't remember. I think it was after.
We had already ordered, but like I'm not sure as if he had dropped it off yet.
Oh, maybe. I don't remember. But I called the hotel. And this was the Renaissance waterfront.
Right.
That was the one that we stayed at for Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
I called and the girl answered. She was very nice. And I said, we're checking in today. And I wanted to see if we could, I said I had a request on there. We booked a king bedroom, but I had a request to get 2 queens. And I was just calling to check on that to see if that was something that we might be able to do. And if we could do like an earlier check-in.
Right. We wanted to just kind of gauge it. And if they said no, we'd stay where we were.
Yeah.
Not thinking that we thought early check-in might be noon.
Or
like
1 or whatever.
2.
And we could like get into our room and actually put our bags in there.
Right. That's
rather
all
than
that
have
we were
them hold
concerned.
it.
Right. Because we were either going to put them in we were going to put them in Courtney and Christine's room, but they had the opportunity to go to Navarra.
Right.
So we were
right.
like, obviously,
do that.
They didn't ask, but
Right.
I wouldn't even.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be a big deal.
No.
But we, so the lady like put me on hold, and then I don't remember, I think she asked when we were going to be checking in, and I was like, well, when can it be ready?
Right.
And I think she said, well, I have a room available now.
Yeah, and you were like, yep.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, then we'll be over.
Yeah.
And
we didn't even shower.
No, we didn't. We just packed our stuff up and off we went.
Yep.
Perfect.
Within 30 minutes.
Yeah.
We were out of the hotel.
We were out of the hotel, like gone.
Yeah.
And we were able to shower and get ready, like in our permanent space.
But what was crazy is the same guy was downstairs, wasn't he? When
Working?
we left?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I think it was a lady.
Oh, okay.
But I don't really remember.
I thought that.
But it was good.
Yeah.
So it all worked out great. We got ready like at a leisurely pace.
Yes.
At the hotel.
We got to see Courtney.
Yep. We saw Courtney and Christine.
We did see Christine.
Yep.
Yeah. We got to see them. So that was nice.
Because we had never met Courtney before in person.
We hadn't showered yet. We just went up and said hi.
Oh, and I apologized to Courtney. I'm sorry. I'm sweaty and I smell bad.
Hey, you know what?
And she's like, I don't care.
It was just so nice to see her because we hadn't seen Courtney yet. Like we hadn't met her yet, like in person.
Right.
It
So
felt
that
like
was cool.
we had. But
Of course it felt, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked to her all the time.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. And we showered and got ready. I wore my magnetic lashes.
You did. That's right.
You guys, for real. I got magnetic lashes. And they worked great.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there. I don't remember the brand, but they're blue in a blue box. And they're like $79.
Wait, what did you wear to the concert?
Did
Did I print you out something?
Yes.
I did. I forgot.
It was the Jordan shirt.
I forgot that you wore that.
Yeah.
I forgot.
I love that shirt.
So, a little history. Maria came with me with this idea. She was like, I have this idea, and I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast before.
I don't think you have.
So she said, I have this idea. You know when New Kids on the Block come out, and I didn't say New Kids on the Block.
No, you didn't.
When they come out, and it's the like sound, like the visual of like sound, like volume. I would love to do that, but with Jordan. And I was like, I can do that. So it took me a little while to do the initial design because I'm a perfectionist.
Right.
And I also had to think about the way it was going to be cut too.
Right.
So the first one I did for her, I think was a little bit more of a harder cut.
Mm-hmm.
But Jackie made it work. Like Jackie was the one that printed it. Because like sometimes it can be harder to do that part than it can be to just design the thing.
Yeah.
Like to cut and weed it, and it's a lot of work. So, especially the Jordan one that I did for Maria.
Oh, yes.
Because
Yeah.
I ripped him down the crotch accidentally. Sorry about that, Jordan.
Whoops. Ouch.
I did another one using a silhouette of Jordan for Maria. I was really proud of that one.
It was awesome.
That one, I was proud of that. I was proud of both of them. So anyway, you asked Maria, you were like, I love that shirt.
Like, do you care if I use it?
Right. So we went and got, or you went and got the rolls of stuff.
Yep.
And I printed it.
Yep.
And then you ironed it on at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was ready to go.
It looked awesome.
I loved it. It was so cool. And I got compliments on it, of course, because it was a cool idea, cool design, cool. And I felt good. Like, I felt good about it.
It looked good.
So that was good because I didn't know up until Pretty much that week.
You
I
didn't know
wasn't
what you
really
were
sure what I was going to wear.
I had what I was going to wear when I bought the ticket. I knew I was going to wear it.
Yes, you did.
Just because I love that shirt. There's not a whole lot more times I'm going to be able to wear it.
Right.
Jerusha made me the second V-neck shirt because the other one was supposed to be a V-neck, wasn't a V-neck. I really like a V-neck, so she made me a V-neck.
Yeah.
But I'm disappointed because it pulled, one of the strings pulled, so now he's like kind of.
It's really not noticeable though.
Yeah. So, what else did you wear? Anything else New Kids on the Block related?
I got a New Kids on the Block necklace. Remember that one that had like the NKOTB on the side? I got it on Etsy. So I wore that. I mean, it wasn't like blazing New Kids. It's just like really like small.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I don't think I wore anything else New Kids.
I'm trying to think what I wore. I wore big hoop earrings.
Yep.
My makeup, I was like, I really wanted to do something different with makeup because I don't wear makeup a lot. And we have been talking about makeup for a long time. So I found this awesome makeup that was like a white pearl-esque like eyeshadow with glitter on the top.
It looked really good.
And I wore that with black eyeliner. And I had fun with that. So, and then Charlene told me what to do with my hair. So I did that. And wore
it was
both
perfect.
Nights. Actually, I wore that the entire
all the
tour.
shows?
Yeah, all the shows I went to.
That's
because
cool.
It kept it out of my face. And the only time it didn't work was in Hershey, but we'll get to that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wore like jean shorts that I was really concerned about them falling apart because they were like all frayed.
Oh, the fray ones.
Yes.
Yeah. I liked them though. They look
And
good.
I wore my Joe shirt with the bedding on the front, then my hoop earrings, and what did I wear for shoes?
You wore your Converse.
Oh, my glitter Converse.
Your sparkly Converse there.
Yes.
I just wear flip-flops.
Yeah. So that was fun. And
It was hot.
It was hot.
We are forgetting a huge part.
We are? What are we forgetting?
Before we got ready,
Yeah.
we had showered.
Uh-huh.
We hadn't gotten ready yet. We met Jenny and Rod.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I got showered.
Yep.
We both showered.
Yep.
And Jenny was like, listen, I have something for you. And I knew what it was, but I didn't know how big it was.
We had no idea.
No clue. She was like, I've got that thing for you that I got you. So back when Waitress stopped, like the last
when
performance,
Joe was done with Waitress.
Right.
Like his last performance.
she found they were going in the trash. Like these things were going in the trash.
They-
Like Rod literally had to clean the trash off of them.
Like they threw them in the trash.
Right.
They were garbage.
Right. So it's not like this is anything,
It's not stolen property.
Right.
It was garbage.
They were garbage. Like they were going in the trash. So they rescued them. And Jenny called me at like 1:30 in the morning and was like, "Oh my God, look what I have. And look at Maria. Maria's going down Broadway." Or like in New York City, I think they were on Broadway. I don't know. With this enormous Waitress poster. And when I say enormous, I'm talking like enormous.
It's bigger than you're thinking.
Right. It's like as big as a car, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, picture like I drive an Acadia, a GMC Acadia.
Yeah.
Picture the back seats folded down and a poster that takes up all that space. It's that big.
Width and height.
Yeah, like it fits almost perfect, like in that amount of space.
Yes. So they drove down with the poster on top of Jessica and Jenny's sister's heads.
Right.
So they needed to get it out of their car.
Yes.
Like it needed to be
Stat.
needed to come out. The only problem with us is what we parked in
Yeah.
didn't allow us to move our vehicle, and so we couldn't get our car.
Yeah, I mean we had paid parking with no in and out privileges.
Nope.
That's just how it worked. Yep.
So we tried to figure out how we're going to get this poster. Like, how are we going to get it? And Jenny and Rod were so nice to be like, we'll drop it off. Like, we'll drop it off to you. Where are you guys? Which
It was awesome. Yep.
So we
met them curbside.
Yep, they came out. They pulled up to our hotel. And when they took it out, I was like, Oh my God.
Like, what?
What is this? And we have a picture we'll put on the website.
Yep. It's huge.
I'm standing with Rod and we have the poster. Brooke took the picture and Jenny is in the passenger side. So that was so sweet that they did that for me, because not only did they do that for me, but Jenny got that Valentine for me for Joe too.
Yeah, she did. She's awesome.
So thank you, Jenny. I love you. Thank you so much for doing that for me, both of you guys. And thank you, Jessica and Jenny's sister, for riding with it on top of your heads. Like, I appreciate that. And I appreciate you.
That is legit.
Yes.
That is true BH love.
So then we walked to the car.
Yes, I tried to talk Nikki into bringing it to the room to display in our room while we were getting ready. But
so
logistically, it made more sense to put it in the car.
It just made more sense to put it in the car, because I was thinking, okay, and I'm glad that we didn't, because it rained.
Right.
The next day.
Right.
So I was like, let's just do it now. Let's just put it in the car now. Like, I'd love to show it to people, but let's just put it in the car now. We'll get it in the car.
And then
then we won't have to worry about our luggage and everything later. And
right.
So we did that. We got in, put it in the car, put the seats down. You actually had to like finagle everything.
Yes, because I still had a car seat installed, and
yes,
like Sadie's car seat was in one, but I needed to be able to move the seat.
And there were now cars like parked all on top of us, so we had to like get in and do that and whatever.
Yeah.
So then we did that and went back to the room, and I was like, I've got a poster. And then I was kind of disappointed that I didn't bring it to the room afterwards, but I'm like, everything happens for a reason.
It made sense too, but I thought it'd be pretty funny to have it.
It would. You know what would have been funny is if we would have put it in the window.
Yes.
That would have been awesome. That would have been
funny.
That would have been funny.
Yeah. But anyway, so it was good, and we got ready for the show, and we got our Uber.
Yes.
And we got to TD, and we met our friends and our photo group.
Right.
And that was awesome.
And like, it wasn't as hot as I thought it was going to be at first.
Yeah, like the holding area.
That was hot.
Was really hot.
Yeah.
It wasn't hot outside of the holding area.
No, it was like air.
It was beautiful.
And
it felt really good, but they like wanted you inside the doors.
I do have to say though that TD is probably one of the best places to do a meet and greet.
I agree.
I'm just saying, based on what I've heard and seen, it seems like one of the best places that they had to do meet and greet.
I didn't think Mohegan was bad when we did it.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Mohegan was awesome.
Yeah.
Mohegan was awesome. But
TD is pretty great.
They were like equipped. They had like, this is something they do a lot.
Plenty of space.
Right. I feel like some of the venues, it's not something that they do often.
Right. I agree.
So
I agree wholeheartedly.
Right. Right.
Just from what I've heard and whatever. It was, I thought it was hot in that room. But that was also probably my nerves too.
That is where the anxiety started for me. Like, of this whole thing is where I started to have trouble breathing. Like, I started to have trouble. That was the first time I noticed me having trouble breathing, because I was so nervous.
Yeah.
And like, I can remember somebody, I don't know if it was you, but they were like, why are you nervous? Like, I couldn't explain why I was. I just knew that I was. Like, I was, and I don't know if I was nervous to meet new kids on the block, or if I was nervous to meet Joe, or if I was nervous. I think I was more nervous of the unknown. I am a person that likes to know exactly how things are going to go. That's not life. I understand that. But in most aspects of my life, I don't like surprises.
Right. Yeah, I get that.
You know what I mean?
I totally get that.
And I like to be prepared for whatever is to come, and not knowing what was to come was what was giving me anxiety.
And for me, I thought that I knew what was to come,
and it was
different than the last.
It was so different.
Barstools.
It was so different.
It was just like the whole like timeline of events was just, it was different. I mean, it wasn't so different,
right?
But it was different,
right?
And when you are expecting one thing and it's not that way,
right? And it made me realize how much I had forgotten about Mohegan Sun.
Really?
Yes. I forgot so much about Mohegan Sun.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Like what?
Just like the whole process. Like, I forgot about like the lounge area. Now I can't even remember it. Like, in my head. Like, I can't remember.
Really? I can remember it very well. Like the seating, and everything.
Explain it to me so I can remember it.
So at Mohegan, the seating area,
and this was 2 years ago.
right. So picture it like, this is going to be wrong, but picture like stadium seating with like little tables, like clusters of like little tables and like benches and chairs, but it's all like on a rise.
Oh my gosh, I remember now.
And like the bar was over here, seats were like around
so
here.
Nice. That was really nice.
It was really nice. I really, really liked Mohegan.
I loved the setup there, especially because I felt like there was a lot of space.
Yep.
There was a lot of places
Seating.
to mingle.
Yeah, I like
now.
it there.
And that was when I didn't realize that was Danny's dad talking to me.
Exactly.
And I just thought it was a kind gentleman here with his wife that loved New Kids on the Block.
Right, his much younger wife.
Right. I can't remember what he asked me, if I was getting a drink or something, or he was just making small talk, you know?
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize that was him until I saw pictures and they were like, "Oh, this is Danny Wood's dad." I'm like, "Oh my God, that's the guy I was talking to, Brooke."
That's
Because I told you, I went over and
gentleman.
I came over and sat down. I was like, "Oh, I met a nice older
You did.
gentleman." It was very nice.
That's funny. But I really liked Mohegan.
Yes.
All around, I really like Mohegan.
Yeah.
But I like, and we won't get too far into it, but I will say I like bar stools at TD better than at Mohegan.
Yes.
Only because...
Was it the atmosphere?
The atmosphere, I mean, Boston's Boston when it comes to the guys.
Yes.
But also, Mohegan is just more intimate.
Yeah.
Anyway, so no matter where your seat is, you're going to be closer than you're going to be at TD.
Right.
It's just the way it is.
It's exactly the way it is.
So I think, Mohegan didn't work out for us for this trip time.
I think next time we'll do Mohegan.
But if it works out next time, then definitely. But I would still want to do like a bar stool in Boston.
But we have said we need to make sure that we have like another, like if we're going to do bar stools, we may do 2 because if we're do another 2-night Boston, we want to do like
bar
either
stools on the
second night, or which is hard because usually they don't have 2 concerts planned. What they do is they sell out the first one and then they come with the second one.
Right.
So
that's what they did this time.
Maybe we get bar stools for Mohegan and then wait. I don't know.
Depending on how it falls.
How are we planning this already? Like, it is so far in advance. We have no idea.
No, we have no idea. So we shouldn't even talk about it.
We're just
going to say.
We'll just move through.
Yeah, we're going to, we'll have some thinking to do.
Yes. So, yeah, it was a different kind of reception. Like, it was, what we were used to was like in Mohegan Sun, we did the meet and greet first.
Yes.
And then we had the reception afterwards.
Right. We didn't go to the lounge area or whatever first.
Right. Because
that made me nervous.
We all lined up like in the casino in Mohegan Sun.
As we were meeting them.
Right. And anybody who had a group of 10 could go. And we still were lacking. We got our group of 10 like right at the end.
Which meant we were the last ones.
Which was pretty amazing.
I mean, we liked that a lot.
Yeah.
Everybody has their reasons to want to be last or first or whatever. Because I have heard some people say that they want to be first.
Right.
But
I didn't really care. I preferred to be last like we were before because I felt like, I don't know, I felt like we got more time.
You feel like you get a little extra time. Yeah.
It's probably not the case.
Probably not, but it might just feel that way because perception is everything.
Right, exactly.
So, so like Mohegan, I remember they lined us up when they brought us in and they sat us in the chairs and they played that movie, that video.
That we weren't supposed to talk about.
Right. And then we watched, well, it's 2 years later.
Yeah.
And then they showed us behind the stage, which was literally just like, let's walk around behind the stage.
Right.
Just like this time.
Except this time we had to duck under the stage, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I was glad that they had like padded it because I was like, I would have hit my head.
Dong.
Nikki would have been on the ground. I was like, oh, they were planning for me to come here.
But when we finally did get called to go in and line up.
Yes. So we lined up and they came in and they were like, how many does your group have? And at the time we had 9. We didn't have 10. We only had 9.
We had 9. We were right.
And so they really needed us to get a group of 10. But there was nobody else left. Like, there was nobody. We couldn't find anybody. There were 2 girls that showed up.
Yes.
And I always feel bad for those people that show up and they have no idea what's in store.
I know.
And I feel like they didn't.
And they were put in.
Right. They were put into
2 groups. The 2 last groups.
Like, oh, gosh. Because, like, that's how we were the second time. That's how we were for Mohegan, because what you used to do was New Kids on the Block had a message board. And the very first time that we did this, I met Leslie and her friends, and that's how we got our group together, was in the message boards.
Right.
So I was like, okay, there's no message boards. How are people doing this? Not even thinking that there were Facebook groups. Like, I had no idea.
Right.
I was under a rock. Like, I thought... I knew that there were other people out there. I just didn't know. Because, like, I would look on Facebook every once in a while. Never thought to look up, like, blockheads or something like that. Or whatever. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just, like, looking for where some other... I think I belonged to one other New Kids on the Block group. And it was, like, didn't have very many members. Like, maybe 400. I think it was, like, of New England or something.
Yep.
But they never talked about it.
Right.
So I made it a point in our group to make sure we were constantly talking about, make sure you've got your group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I would talk about it on the podcast, like, because I feel like it's important that people know this, because a lot of people don't.
They don't know. If this is the first time, they have no idea.
Right, exactly.
I mean, or there's no reason they should know.
Right.
Necessarily.
Right.
So that girl, she was put in our group.
Okay, no, that happened afterwards. So I was thinking about the red carpet photo, but that happened.
That was after.
Yeah.
But Jordan came out on his bike.
Okay, so that is a turning moment for me.
What do you mean?
That is a turning moment for me.
What do you mean?
So the whole time, it didn't feel real. Like, nothing felt real. I didn't really feel like I did when I was in Mohegan going to bar stools. And I was like, is it because I got so nervous about the whole room thing? Like,
right.
It wasn't clicking to me that I was I was nervous, but again, I think I was nervous of the process. I wasn't like, it didn't hit me that I was about to, like, mingle with New Kids on the Block.
Like, that you were going to see them live and in person.
Until
like with your
Jordan
eyes.
came in on his bike, and he was right there.
He's so cute.
And I wrote it right here. It became real. Like, I was like, oh my God, that's Jordan Knight. Oh my God, he's on a bike. Oh my God, like, he's here.
He's so cute.
So that's when it became real.
He didn't say anything, really.
No.
He like, wrote in. I saw him.
He was, like, right there. He was,
I
like,
saw
right...
him drive in.
Yeah, and he
in.
was, like, sitting right, like, probably, what, like, 12 feet from me?
Yeah, he was right there. Like, he was at the corner of, like, the stage area, just chilling on his little bike. And I feel like he was chewing gum or something, or he had a mint.
He was smiling.
Yeah, and just sitting there.
Giving that side smile, just
sitting
looking
there.
Looking at everybody.
So stinking cute.
Oh my gosh. I was like, that is Jordan Knight right there.
Then he rode off. And then when we did the tour.
And then Joe comes in on his bike.
Yes, he did.
And I was like, oh my God.
And I think John, I think I remember John walking in.
Yeah. And the two girls that were in front of me.
Yes.
Were going to be staying with John. They were super nice.
Yes.
So friggin' nice. Like, they were just so nice.
They were nice. Jenny knew them.
Yes.
Yep. So our group
Mm-hmm.
was those two girls that Jenny knew.
One of them dressed up like a Cabbage Patch Kid for her individual.
Right.
I think it was her individual.
I think she had an
all
individual
of a sudden,
outfit. Yeah, she was a
I
Cabbage
see
Patch
this
Kid.
girl and she's dressed up like a Cabbage Patch Kid, and I'm like, where did this person come from? Oh my God, that's a girl from our group. She was, like, legit.
She looked like
had,
a real
like, a tag
Cabbage Patch
and everything. It was cool.
It was cool. It was like a real, like,
it's very.
Did she wear that to the show too?
I think she did.
Huh.
I would have been hot.
Yes. Well, that was the thing. Like, it looked like it was
But,
hot.
like, a lot of people don't get as hot as Brooke and I do. So.
No. I don't know what it is. It's just the way that we roll.
It's just the way things are.
So we had a good group, and we got up there.
Yes.
And
your memory always changes.
yes.
Like, I know I've said things, like, on the podcast differently than when I did 2 years ago, because it's not that you're lying. It's not that. It's just your memory changes on what the actual experience is.
It does. Like, it does. Because you, like, it's just the way it works.
And it's not
That's
like
just the way the mind works.
We're not, like, elaborating on anything or whatever,
No.
but the raw stuff, like, what actually went on is what was on the audio.
The audio
if
from
we
the
can
hotel
salvage
room.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure I'll either leave stuff out or maybe say things incorrectly. Like, but just know it's all in good fun. It's all in good jest. Like,
Right.
this is how we're remembering it now. Like, I took a lot of notes to make sure that I could get what
Right.
I remember
Right.
on paper.
Right.
So, do we want to talk about like the meat, like going down the line?
Do we want to?
Let's do it.
All right. Let's do it.
So, if you don't know how this is set up, if you don't know how like a meet and greet works, you get your 10 people, you all line up in line, and you line up according to the lineup of the guys. So, if John is all the way to your right, the first person's gonna be the John person, the 2 John people.
Right. You're going to line up in the order in which you're going to stand with the guys.
Right. That you're gonna go down the line, coming in from the left-hand side.
Yep.
That's how it's always been.
Yes.
You always come in. Every single time we've come in from the left-hand side. You looking at the stage left-hand side, not stage left.
Yes.
Because stage left would be all right?
Stage left, I think, is what I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I,
You line up. They tell
Yeah,
you
right.
you know the order, and you
yeah,
line
they
up
tell
and
you.
go.
They tell you who
like who are you with?
Right. And then they write it on your badge.
Exactly.
You get these lanyards that say what kind of star you are.
So like we were ultimate,
right.
which is confusing because in the past ultimate was something different.
I wish that it meant that we would have one-on-one time, but
Exactly.
I tried to get
I
those.
think last time it just said bar stools.
I tried to get those damn ultimates.
Yeah.
I don't think it said anything on ours last time.
No?
No. I think it said like VIP or something.
Oh. I don't remember.
I have it at home. I'll look. So we go down the line. The 2 girls in front of me were John, and then it was Jenny and I.
Yep.
Jenny from Jenny and Rod.
Then it was me and Michelle.
You and Michelle. Amy and Rod.
And Jessica and that other lady.
And the other girl that joined our group.
Right. They stood with Danny.
Right.
And then
Jessica's the Danny girl.
Yep.
So we had a pretty solid group.
Absolutely.
Our group was amazing. I love
Great
our group.
Yep.
Absolutely love our group.
We were solid from the beginning.
We were solid from the
Like
beginning.
pretty solid.
Yeah.
We had a couple spaces to fill here and there.
Right. But Jenny filled those up.
Yep. It
pretty
was
quickly,
awesome.
And it was awesome.
Yep. Very good.
So the 2 girls in front of me were like kind of helping me because I don't know if I looked like I was going to pass out, but they were like, it's okay. Like you just talk to him. And she was like, I'm going to like slow it down a little bit. I'm going to like talk. And she did. She was like, I'm going to take a couple minutes to talk. So don't worry, like chill and like, you'll be fine. And so I was like, okay, Nikki, just chill.
And it'll be fine.
But I started to get the wobbly knees. Like I get these like wobbly knees. Like I can't explain it. Like I'm going to just like, they're just going to, my legs
Like
are
you're
just
going to collapse?
Yes. And I got them way worse on Mohegan. Way worse in Mohegan.
Oh, yeah.
But I started to get them a little bit going up the staircase when like we were the next group.
Yep.
I'm like, shit. Keep it together. Don't pass out because you won't get to meet them. Like they'll just move right along.
Exactly. If you pass out,
it's it.
they'll be like,
they're not going to give me
call over a stretcher.
They're not going to give me another chance. I might not even be able to go to the concert. So I'm like, keep it together. Keep it together. You got this. You got this. And I'm talking to myself. So the 2 girls in front of me go because I was before Brooke. So I get to Danny and he smiles like this big smile.
Danny was great.
He was great. And he was just like, I can't even remember what he said now. I think I said something before. Like he said something.
Yeah.
And I said like, thank you and whatever. And then I was on to the next, which was Donnie. So Donnie was really the only one that I ever knew what I was going to say to.
Yeah.
Like he really was the only one that I was like, I was kind of nervous because like, you just don't know. You don't know if they're going to remember anything. Like Donnie does a lot of stuff. I had no idea if he was going to remember doing the podcast.
Right.
Like I didn't have a clue. I didn't know. But I was going to take a chance. And that's not like me. Normally, regular Nikki would not take chances.
Regular Nikki would just be like, nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
That's it.
Pat on the back.
How I was a Hershey. Regular
Right.
Nikki. But I went with it. And I was like, so I go in for the hug and I said, thank you so much for being on the podcast. I appreciate it so much. And he like stopped. Like, and he like, I can't remember what he said. Like, it was so much fun, or it was a lot of fun. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
And I paused, and I looked at him, and I was like, I go, really? Just like that. And he's like, yeah, let's do it again. I was like, oh my God. So then it was Jordan, and he just smiled this like, it's not that I don't know what I was expecting of Jordan, but like it was like beyond my expectations. It was beyond my
Jordan
expectations.
was good.
This time I did not hug Victor, though. I would like the record to state I did not hug
the record
Victor.
show.
Yes. So I did Jordan. So then comes Joe. He said something to me. I don't remember. All I remember is saying, hi, I'm Nikki. Because Jenny like put it in my head. Make sure you say, hi,
Right.
I'm Nikki. And immediately she said it to me. She reminded me of that right before I went up. And so that's what I was thinking. Hi, I'm Nikki. Hi, I'm Nikki. Hi, I'm Nikki. I'm pretty sure I said to Danny, hi, I'm Nikki, because it was in my head.
Yeah.
You know, and I said it to Jordan too, probably. But I went and I said, hi, Joe, I'm Nikki. And he goes, hi, Nikki. And then I was just like, oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God, it's over. So, and then I grew some balls. And I said, I just want to tell you how much I absolutely loved your podcast. I expected him to stand where he was, but he like turned to actually look me in the eyes, and I was not ready for that, you guys. I was not ready for that. Because when Joe looks at you, that's it. It's gone. That's
It's all
it.
over.
No. If he would have,
That was great.
I can't believe I did that.
That was great. That's when, and that's why, okay. So that's why Jordan, because if Joe kind of turned himself.
He kind of turned himself.
Jordan thought Jenny was standing with him.
That's right. So we'll get
That's
there.
okay. So that's because in my mind, I've had a hard time connecting that.
Yes.
But that makes sense. Makes
He
perfect
kind of
sense.
turned, and he's talking to me, and he's like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, and I do remember saying, like, we really loved it. Like, everyone loved it or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, I know. And he said, but I've been doing like Instagram Live and Twitter, I think he said. I was like, oh, yeah, but I still love it, the podcast. I kept going with it because I loved his podcast. I look forward to every one of his podcasts coming out.
Yeah.
And so that was that. And at that moment, Jenny had stopped. I think she had stopped because, like, you know, we were having a moment, which she didn't have to do that. Like,
right.
I didn't, you know, but that was sweet of her, you know. And so when she had stopped and he was kind of turned, Jordan thought Jenny was with him.
Right.
So he pulled her in tight, like, come on over, girl.
Right. Like, let's get ready for this picture.
And she was like, no, I'm with Joe.
Yeah, that was because I remember feeling like, where do I fit here? Like I was like it was a little weird.
Yeah.
But it obviously it didn't connect.
No.
So I didn't understand.
Right.
But
it seemed to go in slow motion.
All makes sense.
It seemed like we were talking for a long time, but we really weren't. But it seemed like, because I wasn't expecting a response. I was just him expecting to go like, yeah, no.
Hey,
not like, give me an explanation. Like,
right.
I was like, okay, we're going to have a conversation. Like, this is amazing. So that was that. And then now you went down. Now Brooke goes down the line.
So I go down the line.
Jenny, I love you, by the way. Jenny, I love you so much. Like, her just like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because she could have gone in, you know, and he would have turned to her and started talking to her. Because,
absolutely.
I mean, obviously.
Right.
But she was like, Nikki's having a moment.
She's really
sweetest.
Sweet. She really is. Her and Rod are good people.
They really are.
So I get in and I say hi to Danny. And I said, hi, Danny, I'm Brooke. And he's like, hi, Brooke. And he was like super, super friendly. Like really, really like, you know, big smile, warm hug, like really nice.
Yeah.
Which I've never experienced with Danny. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Not that I've had a bad experience with Danny.
No.
But like he was just super, super.
He was in his element.
He was really happy.
Yeah.
He just seemed really happy.
Yeah.
And that's cool. I like to see that. So then I got to Donnie. And I hugged Donnie and I said, thank you so much for being on our... I think I said, like, I'm Brooke for my so-called whatever. Like, I think I said that. Thank you so
I
much for
think
being
you
on our
did too.
podcast.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I'd like to do it again, or let's do it again, or something like that.
Which is crazy.
And I said, I would love that. I'm trying. I would love to get, your friends here on the podcast too. And he said, well, you got to tell him about it. And I said, well, I kind of have, we kind of have, but we'll work on it. Something like that. Then I got to Jordan.
Oh.
So me and Michelle stood with Jordan. And before the picture, we talked about how are we going to pose?
Yes, I remember you guys talking about this.
Should we do heart hands? How are we gonna pose? How are we gonna do this but not make him uncomfortable?
Right, because that's a
We don't want to be weird.
That's a true concern.
I'm stupid. I feel embarrassed.
No, you're not.
I feel embarrassed now, but I wanted to make sure
you had his genuine interests at heart.
I did. I wanted to make sure he didn't think I was weird.
Yeah,
but he probably does because it was kind of weird. But anyway. So we thought, well, we'll just pose and we'll put our hand on his chest.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure he was okay with that.
Yeah.
So I put my hand there. We hugged, and then I don't think I said my name. Because I see Jordan and I'm like, you're pretty. And so he put his arm around me and I had my arm behind him and I put my hand on his chest and I was like, are you comfortable with this? I want to make sure you're okay with this. Are you comfortable? I don't remember exactly what I said now. But he was like, yeah, it's okay. I was like, all right, cool. So then
he was down with it.
I mean, I wouldn't say he was like, yeah, but he was like, yeah, it's okay.
That was nice.
So, but I wanted to make sure that was cool with him because
he appreciated that. I'm sure he did.
I hope so.
No, I'm sure he did.
So we posed, and that was it.
I mean, I'm not BFFs with Jordan. We didn't have a conversation about it afterwards, but
instead of saying to him something like, hi, my name is Brooke. I've been a big fan for a long time. It was really cool seeing you on the cruise. I love dancing with you on the cruise. Not that he'd remember, but I remembered, and I could thank him for it. But instead of anything like that, I was like, is putting my hand here okay? I don't want you to be uncomfortable.
Here's the thing. Now, you know what you're going to say. Now you know.
Right. For next time.
Right. That's how it was last time. I've been waiting for this my whole life. Didn't say anything else to him about how I picked grass at a house that I thought was his that wasn't. I mean, I've always wanted to talk to him about that, but maybe we'll talk about it when he's on the podcast.
Right. Hey, that'd be very cool.
What do you think his reaction will be?
I think he'll laugh.
I think he'll think I'm weird.
No, I don't think so, because you were a kid.
I was 10 years old.
Yeah, but you were a 10-year-old kid.
Yeah.
So I think it's funny.
My grandfather thought that would be great. He was a good man.
And you thought that was real for
and I told, just like time. Santa, I told those kids in my class, I said, how dare you doubt me?
Right. How dare them doubt you?
How dare you doubt me?
In your child's mind, it was 100% true.
Oh, but they were like, you're a liar.
That's magic.
That's
magical.
You're a liar. What up? No.
Nope.
This is Joey McIntyre's grass right here.
That's right. So
I brought it with me in my backpack in a Ziploc bag.
But I think that's awesome.
But newsflash, it wasn't his grass.
No, but you know what? Like I said,
you know what?
In your mind, it was.
For my life, I believed that it was until I saw his real house.
You were like, oh, it doesn't
look
look like that.
Oh, yeah.
But so,
sorry for the tangent, but
excuse me. So I got to after Jordan, that was that.
Yep.
Got to Joe.
Okay.
So Joe.
Okay.
I don't think I said who I was. I didn't say my name. I don't think. Maybe I did. I tried to.
I think you did. I think you said in the other one that you said, I'm Brooke. I'm from my so-called
Okay,
whatever.
You're right. Because I was like, before I said anything, I was like, all right.
Yes. Before you said anything, you guys need to listen to this. Before she said anything,
I looked at Joe.
Oh my God.
And I was like picture somebody, because you can't see me right now. Picture somebody standing in front of you, holding their hand out, like I am right now.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki can see it.
Yeah.
And being like, all right, look, I'm going to be straight with you. Somebody, I looked him right in the face. I'm like, please, don't freak out. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Could you imagine somebody saying that to you?
But my name is Brooke. I'm from my so-called whatever, the podcast, my so-called whatever. I said something along those lines.
Yeah.
We really, really, really want you to be on our podcast. Don't be scared. We're not crazy.
But
he
was
weird.
so cool about it.
He was really cool about it. But I was like, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. It's totally fine. Totally on your terms. We could do it totally however you want to do it. Like, but don't be afraid to. We're not weird. Like, we're not crazy.
And I love you for that. I love you. That is probably, if you were to ask me what my favorite thing of the tour was,
Yeah.
that is in my top 2.
Really?
That is in my top 2.
So
The other one is being able to experience the concert with Bryn.
right.
So, but that is a moment.
So yeah, and his response was pretty good. Like,
yeah.
he was like, I know. I gotta do it. It's just, and I said, I said to him, I know it's really hard to find the time. Like, you're super busy. Like, we'll work around you, whatever. You just have to let us know. But he was like, I know, we'll do it. I'll do it. We'll do it. Or something like that.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. That's what he said.
It's going to happen.
So I felt pretty good about that. And then they were rushing us along. Like, that was I took a little long talking to him.
Towards the end, it was a little, they were rushing us along.
Yes, yeah. I didn't really get to say anything to John. I did get a hug.
I didn't say anything to John either.
And I said, thank you. You give the best hugs.
You did get a chance to say it. That's nice.
I said it in his ear as I was hugging him.
That's nice.
But, and then we were shuffled along.
Right.
And that was cool.
And I was disappointed that I didn't say anything about the podcast because I'd gotten
to Joe.
Yeah. I had been disappointed. I was kind of like, Nikki, you were right there. You talked to him about his podcast. You could have just said one more thing. And then you told me what you said. And I was like, oh my God, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Like,
don't be scared.
That was the best. That is the best. That is the best.
So, Joe, we're going to put this out there. We want you on our podcast.
Yes. Yes. So we didn't talk about this very much, but before we met them, we went to the reception.
Yes.
Right?
It was really hot.
It was really hot.
We did had, like, the red carpet. Things.
We did a red carpet photo. They had the bed.
Was that before? I thought the red carpet photo was after.
The red carpet photo, I don't remember when the red carpet photo was.
I think it was after we met them. We went out, they did the red carpet photo there.
Okay.
Oh, wait. No, maybe it was before because after we met them, we picked up the red carpet photo.
Yes.
That's right.
Met them, we did. But it was really hot. I had been so nervous, I didn't eat anything.
Right.
This is a key component. I didn't eat anything. You told me to eat something. You were like, you got to eat something.
I ate something. I mean, not much. But they had chips and dip, and they had.
I think I had a bite. I think I had a hot dog. I had
yes, they had the little
pigs in a blanket,
mini pigs in a blanket. So I had a couple of those and some chips and dip. So it wasn't a lot.
I had one of those, but I hadn't eaten that morning. I hadn't eaten anything, nothing. So yes. So I'm trying to think. So when we came back, I was like, okay, I'm hungry now. I'm going to eat something. And there was nothing.
There was no food.
There was nothing there.
They had some chips left.
I
think chips. You had some chips. That's nothing.
But it wasn't enough. And I wasn't going to get a drink, but I did. I got a beer.
Yep.
So I drank that down because I was thirsty.
Yep.
And what I should have gotten was a water, but I didn't. And then my face started to get red. Because, it hit, it was just one beer, but I was like, whoa. And then I was like, oh, you know what would be really a good idea? To get 2 friggin' hard ciders. That's a great idea.
Oh,
I'm going to get 2. Not just one.
This is before we went to our seats.
Big boys. Yes. But before that, we met up with Michelle's friends from Canada.
Yep.
We hung out with them. We hung out with Jenny and Rod. We took a group picture.
Yep.
And yeah, so we'll post those pictures. We'll post all our pictures on the website. The ones we took.
Yeah.
That would be good. The ones we took in the bedroom thing. The ones we took. Yeah.
Yep.
So, I think that's it for all that stuff.
No, I think it is.
Yeah.
We got our drinks.
We went
to our seats.
And we started meeting a lot of people.
Yes.
That
was fun.
There was a lot of you guys that came up to us and talked to us.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
We appreciate
We really appreciate it. And hopefully I wasn't too weird. Because I know I was weird at Hershey. And I'll get to that. I was weird. I'm sorry to those of you who met me at Hershey if you maybe thought I was snobby or I just wasn't in my element. I was not, and you'll find out why. I just wasn't. I wasn't myself. But I was in Boston, pretty much.
Yeah, Boston was cool.
And to the girl that waved to me
In Boston?
in Boston,
And you
that
didn't
I
wave back?
didn't wave back, I did not think you were waving to me, and I'm so sorry.
Apologies.
I kept looking at you, and I was like looking behind me, and I didn't dare wave back because I was
Right.
like, it's never for me. It's never for me. So, and to everybody that we met, again, thank you.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
It was really cool.
Yes.
It's nice to see familiar faces and new ones.
Yes. So, I downed those 2 ciders because
Yeah.
I was very thirsty.
What did I have? Vodka sodas, I think.
Yep.
Yep. I down those.
And then all of a sudden, we looked at each other, and we were like, that was not a good idea.
I thought it was a great idea.
I was like, I was feeling good. I was feeling a little too good,
I felt great.
but I felt like I could dance the night away.
I felt like that too, and I feel like I did.
I
kinda.
feel like I did too.
it was a great show.
It really was a great show.
Yes, because that was when okay, things are coming back. Before the show started, I remember taking my half drink that was
You
left.
looked at me, you go, I'm drunk. And I said,
Yep.
Yep, you
And
are.
I said, I'm gonna go find Steph.
Yes. And
So-
that's when I went with you, and the girl was waving to me, and I was like,
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I went to the back. We ran up the bleachers to see Steph.
I didn't go up, though,
No, you didn't.
because I was feeling it, and I was like, I don't think I can walk up those stairs.
And I was like, I can. Watch me. And I took off. And I ran up the stairs, and I got up there, and my drink was kind of spilling a little bit, splashing my feet. That's how I was feeling.
Oh, crap.
And I said hi to Steph. We took a couple pictures. And then I was like, all right, I'm going back to my seat. And I went back, and it was cool.
Yeah.
So it was fun. And that was that. And the show started.
Yeah. And let me just tell you.
The way.
Okay, so I
Whoa.
I definitely went live during this.
During the way?
Yes.
You did?
Yes, I did.
I don't
And all
remember.
I kept saying was, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Yes. No, yes, you did. I think I did
So,
too, actually.
If you really want to see somebody enjoying the way, I don't think you went live for the way, but I think you went live towards the end of the way.
No, in the very beginning, I was live. Or maybe I was just taking a video. But it was something because I remember when the lights went down, thinking like, "Oh, I'm so glad that I'm recording this."
Oh,
But maybe it was just a video that I was taking. Anyway, yes, the oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
I kept saying it over and over again, like over and over, because that was like my true. And I sang through all the lives.
Yeah,
So whatever.
everybody does it.
Whatever.
We all do it.
Whatever.
Living our best life.
I gotta go and record those because I didn't save them to my phone. So I gotta go back and find them.
Oh,
and,
yeah, yeah.
Record them. So I think that was my favorite part of the show was the opening, just because it was so dramatic. Like it was so like
I
oh my
love the
God.
opening, and I love that dance.
I can do it.
I do it in my car
I love it.
when I could drive.
Yeah.
You guys, I broke my driving foot.
Oh yeah.
so
that sucks.
Let's add another layer to suckage.
Yeah.
So, no, the whole I think the show was really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I definitely during I'll Be Loving You Forever. I believe it was I'll Be Loving You Forever.
yes.
I got this this feeling came over me. I was filming and I took my phone and scooted it over to you. I was like, like I couldn't even talk.
No, you were like, take my phone.
Yeah, and I was like
record.
pointing to Joe because I couldn't even, and he was right there in front of me,
Yep.
and I couldn't even hold up my phone. Like the emotion was it's so weird.
So I was standing there and I was holding the phone, recording Joe, but looking at Jordan. So I remember thinking like, all right, I got to make sure I have Joe in the frame, but like I want to look at Jordan because he's there, but Joe was right there.
I took a lot of Jordan for you. I took a lot of Jordan
Jordan
video.
was very good this whole tour.
Yep.
It was a really good Jordan tour. I mean, every tour is a good Jordan tour. But-
I was happy with my spot. I got a lot of Joe.
Okay, I had that in my notes. We will never again have seats.
We will never have these seats ever again.
We will never, ever, ever again have seats this amazing.
It's kind of like, I mean, I'm so appreciative, but it's kind of like,
yep.
Now for the rest of my life,
This is the pinnacle.
well, I will never have Joe sing to me again like that. Like, that's never going to happen again.
Nope, it won't.
And I'm okay with that because it happened to me.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I can always say,
one day.
I can say that happened.
Yep.
So I'm
one day
I'm
long
cool.
ago, Joey McIntyre took my hand and sang to me.
I'm cool.
Right.
I'm cool. But now we can say the same thing. We have those seats. We will never again have that experience probably.
Nope. Not in that spot.
No.
No way. We'll be on the side or whatever. And
Which
that's
is fine.
And that's totally cool.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that. But we will never have those seats so good.
Front and center. Front and friggin' center.
Pretty darn close to center.
We were like,
Yeah.
but we were like
We were
Jordan
like
Joe
4
heavy,
seats off.
But we were Joe and Jordan heavy.
Yeah, we were. It was awesome.
It was like, how on earth did that happen?
It was just, I don't know. It was so good.
And Donnie sang to Amy and like
That was
oh my god,
that was so cool.
When Joe bent down and he kept looking at me and I'm like, oh my god, he's looking at me. Oh my god, he's looking at me. Oh my god, he's smiling at me. Oh my god, he's laughing at me. Oh my god, he's smiling. It was weird. It was like weird,
but it's perfect.
Because the whole show, I wasn't. Do you know what I mean? Like, you think maybe they're looking at you, but like you don't know. But they
do.
But I looked at you and I'm like, is he looking at me? And you said yes. And I said, okay.
Yes. I don't remember that.
Yes, I looked at you because I was like, is this really happening? Is it really happening?
Oh, yeah,
is it
yeah,
really
yeah,
happening?
yeah.
And I looked at you and I said, is he looking at me? And you said yes. And I said, okay.
Aye.
So, and Christine happened to take a picture of that moment. She got him
That's
going
perfect.
down, and I was like, when he like bows,
Yep.
I was like, oh my god.
Oh, that's perfect.
So
it was a really good show.
it really was. It really, really was. I think that's all I had for that. Besides the fact that I was really hungry after the show.
Oh yeah, we were all hungry. Like
And
everybody.
We tried to find food. We went to a restaurant. We were refused. They
Yeah,
refused
like we
to
took
seat us.
Ubers back to our hotel.
Right.
And because there were a couple places near the hotel.
And my feet hurt so bad.
Well, yeah.
Because we stood the entire time. Because the bar stools weren't.
My bar stool fell under the stage.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Your bar stool did fall under the stage.
Before the show started, my bar stool fell under the stage, and it was lodged in there.
it wasn't coming out.
Nope, there was no way it was going to come out.
And somebody asked somebody to help. And
yes,
we were like,
and they were like, no.
we can't get that.
Yeah, that's not coming out.
It's gone.
So, which worked out fine.
Right.
Because I wasn't really probably going to sit in it anyway.
No.
But, so it gave me a little bit more space, honestly.
It actually gave us all a little bit more space.
So it was
I
nice.
think if we would have had that there, we would have been cramped.
Like, I would have just had to, throw it behind me.
Right.
But, so that was cool. But yeah, our feet hurt. We were hungry. So we Ubered back to the hotel. And there was a group of us. There was 11 of us.
Yeah.
And we went to this, it was this little, sports bar type place.
Yeah. There were a lot of people there.
Near the hotel. There were a lot of people there, but there were tables there too.
There were plenty of tables available.
And we basically walked in, asked about getting a table, and the guy looked at us and he was like, nope, there's no room for you here.
It was awful.
There is no room for you here. And it was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. It was rude.
It was rude. So then there was a place across the street, but then we decided, you know what? Let's just go get
Uber Eats.
Let's get Uber Eats. Let's go back to the hotel. We'll get something delivered.
So we all came back to our room.
Yep.
Everybody came back to our room except for Steph. Steph went to bed.
Steph went to bed because so this is my friend Steph who lives up here.
Yeah.
So her and her friend Stacy, they had a really long day. They were very, very tired because they drove that day and everything.
Yeah.
So they went to bed, but the rest of us went to our room and we ordered Uber Eats. I think most of us got McDonald's, but some of the girls had leftovers in their room. So just whatever. Easy, quick,
Yep.
cheap
Yep.
food
Yep.
to basically throw in your mouth. And
They forgot something of mine and I can't remember what it was. I ordered something and they forgot it.
was it a pie?
Yes, it was a pie.
They always forget the pie.
Ugh, I was like, where's my pie? I was really looking forward to I got a fish fillet, I think.
Yeah, you did. You got a fillet of fish. I don't remember what I got. maybe a chicken sandwich. I usually get a chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it was good and it did the job.
Yeah.
And we talked and laughed. We recorded some stuff. That was good. Got a
Yeah.
good night's sleep.
Right.
Woke up the next morning.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. So the next night, we had really good seats, but we had just experienced bar stools. So we knew from the
Right.
get-go.
We knew it was going to be like, okay.
We knew, like, and here's the thing. We are very grateful for the seats that we had because they were friggin' amazing seats. They were amazing seats.
Absolutely.
But again, we were like, we just experienced the best barstool seats that we have ever had.
Right.
Anywhere, ever. Okay.
And like, we got these seats for a really good price, I feel.
Yeah.
They were resale.
Yeah.
But we were like just off to the side of the stage.
Right. Right.
Like the second row up
Right.
on like the bowl,
Right.
lower bowl.
But before that, we decided that day we hung out with our friends. We went
Yes.
to Wahlburgers at Fenway.
Yep. We went to Target because I needed allergy medicine.
That's right. And then we went to Fenway,
walked
showed
to Fenway.
Christine and Courtney Fenway.
Yeah.
Um,
That was a couple hours that we were out, and Wahlburger, no sightings at Wahlburgers.
No.
But it was still really good. It's
Right,
always good.
right.
I tried a bowl and it was delicious.
Oh yeah, I had the melt as I usually do. So then we hung out with them, then we went back to our hotel room and we got ready for the next concert.
Yes.
And so for this one, I wore the t-shirt that Christine and I had for the cruise. We both had the same one.
Yes,
It says, My
I
heart
remember.
beats for Joey. And I was like, you know what? I didn't buy a new shirt for this next show. I'm going to wear this one because
Because
the next
you
time?
have it.
I love the back of it.
Yeah.
Because it says like Joey Girl since 1988, even though I was like, really, it's 89, but that's okay.
Totally fine.
So,
It's cool.
we were full. It started to downpour.
That's right. Yes.
And we were going to go to the Slug Lounge. That we had all had tickets to the
Yes.
Slug Lounge.
We went to the Slug. I keep forgetting about that.
Yes. So we all hopped in an Uber, me, Christine, you, and Courtney,
Yep.
and proceeded to the Slug Lounge
Yes.
because we had to go early.
Yes.
So
I think that was at 5.
I was thirsty. I was so thirsty, like water, soda, whatever. I just needed something to drink.
Yes.
And we got to the Slug Lounge and because Steph had told me if you have the opportunity to make sure you get stuff before you go in there because there's like limited stuff in there.
Right.
So I was like, we've got to look for something before we go in there. So that way, because I'm so thirsty.
Right.
But there was nothing open.
Right.
So I was like, well, shit. But when we got in, they were serving beers and I was like, all right, fine, I'll have a beer.
Yeah. They had bottled water too. But
Oh, that's right. I don't know why I didn't just get bottled water.
because beer is better.
Well,
Sometimes.
there we go. So we did the Slug Lounge and we did it with my so-called whatever crew.
Yeah.
That
like
was
Jackie
fun.
and Maria were there now.
Yep.
They didn't do the first night, but like they
Kim.
weren't in Boston the first night. Right. And Kim and Kelly and Jill and Jessica,
Jessica,
and
Courtney.
Michelle.
Amy. Trying to think. There's more people. We're forgetting. Christine.
Yeah,
We're
there's
forgetting-
more people.
hold
We're
on.
forgetting people.
Where's my phone?
But it's all good.
I got the picture right here.
Oh, okay, perfect.
It is. Okay, so it was Jill, Maria, Kim, Amy, me, Michelle, Kelly, Jackie, Courtney, Jessica, you, and Christine. We had everybody.
Oh, perfect.
Yep. So we met people there.
That was fun. We did
fun.
meet people there.
We met
Yep.
people in the Slug Lounge and outside.
Yes.
So yeah, Slug Lounge was fun. I danced. It was fun.
Yep.
It was hotter than hell.
It was.
Because
It was
like,
really hot.
It was a really small, like they had bigger rooms. I've seen like other places they went and it was
Yeah.
like bigger, but it looks like this was the only place they could really have it.
Or it probably just made sense because
Right.
of the location and
but
proximity.
it was sold
to
out that
the thing.
night. So
It was, yep.
yeah. Because like Jenny and Rod were there, and Amber and Jessica and all those guys were there too.
Yep.
because we saw them. So when we exited, well, you took off before, like you went to the bathroom or something.
I did. Well, I was so hot.
Oh, okay, okay.
I was hot, so I was like, I'm just gonna step out here.
That's right. That's right.
And so I stepped out.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to check out to see like if they were if the place was open for drinks.
Yeah.
Which it was, but the line was long. And that's when I saw Alyssa
Yes, and Amy.
And so that was cool. And I met some others.
Yeah, because I came out.
Right.
And there were these two girls that came up to us, two women that came up to us.
Yes.
And I didn't catch their names.
No.
I think they told us what their names were.
I'm sure they did, but I'm bad.
And I'm so sorry. I'm bad with names.
Well, they had come up to me before you came out.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
What did they say?
We were just talking about the podcast and whatever,
cool.
and I think we took pictures.
Yes, if you have those pictures, send them to us.
Yeah, and then you came out.
Okay.
And then they were like, oh my gosh. So then they came over and then they talked to you.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
So, yeah, but it's always so fun to meet new people.
Right,
So,
it really is.
Thank
you. It really is. And we got to meet a few other people, like, as we were walking to our seats. Like, people stopped us and they were like, hey, I always get, like, weirded, like, geeked out by it. Because, like, do you know what I mean?
Like, hey,
Like, they're
yes, I know what you mean.
They're like, hey, and I'm thinking, oh, do I, like, and then I was like, oh, yeah, that's right, podcast.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because, like, you don't expect to be recognized?
No.
I don't.
No.
Like, period.
No. So
yeah.
Yeah, so we got to our seats and we see Elle.
Yes.
And
so, yeah, I mean, and our seats were good.
Our seats were amazing. Yeah.
And then Elle is there and she's, like, sitting somewhere near us.
Yeah.
And we get talking.
Yeah. And then we hung out,
And
like,
we go up and
for
get
like
a
an
drink.
hour.
Yeah.
Or more.
So that was cool.
Yeah, it was fun. And we got to meet the guy from the Funky Bunch.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
So that was cool.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Yep. And so we went to the show and Donnie came down.
That's right. I got Donnie sweat all over me.
Yep.
I mean, because he just walked by and, like, we were on the aisle.
Yes.
And it got all over my arm and I was like, I'm okay with that.
Yes.
Any other guy, I'd be like, hey.
Right.
But Donnie,
yeah,
it's cool.
And I was excited to see Maria and Jackie because I hadn't seen them in a long time. So I was excited to see them.
So when was the last time we saw them? Was it the cruise?
It was the cruise.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It was. No, it wasn't because we got together before Christmas.
That's right.
Yes. When we did
the
weekend.
We saw, and Maria,
But that was the
Jackie,
last
Kim,
time. That was a long
Michelle.
time.
But it's so fun to see everybody.
I know. So I was excited to see them. Because
I miss them.
We talk to them daily, but it's like,
yeah,
and Kim, oh my gosh, Kim's enthusiasm is
infectious.
It really is.
I love her so much.
I could watch videos of her getting excited about New Kids every day.
Her scream is the best.
It really is. It really is. The show was amazing. I'm trying to think if there was any, like, so the first night it was the Celtics cheerleaders, and the second night it was the Patriots cheerleaders.
Right.
But the show ended.
Yep.
And then we met up with Jackie. Because Jackie went for a meet and greet with Debbie Gibson.
That's right. So we met up with Maria and Kim.
And so we hung out with them and waited for Jackie. And where Jackie was coming out was where the buses were.
Right.
We saw, like, Jordan's sister and...
like, family.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, my gosh.
I think I saw Jordan leave, but...
in the black...
in the black SUV.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I think that was him.
Oh.
Because he was going home.
Yeah.
Because, of course, he's going to go home. That's where he lives.
Right. Is that the one that splashed everybody?
No.
That was awful. That poor guy.
I felt so bad for that guy. Because, guys, it was all, like, wet and, like, gross over there.
Yes.
Like, it would be, like, you would not be surprised to see, like, a rat walk by.
Water. Like,
yeah.
Like...
Yeah.
That
anyway.
poor guy.
And it was hot and muggy.
It was really hot and muggy.
Yeah.
And so finally I was like, all right.
Yeah, Nikki was ready.
I had said it a couple times. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. Like, I don't know. It was just, I was really hot and tired and my feet really hurt.
Yeah.
So you were like, okay, let's go. So we all start walking and all of a sudden Jackie comes.
Jackie's there. And it was like so random how it just like worked out.
Right.
So
we got to hang out for a little bit. We took a picture. I'll put that on the website. And then we went back to the hotel.
Yep.
And that's when we met up with Jessica, Jill, Kelly.
Yep.
Did we say Kelly for the Slugga Lounge?
I don't know. Did we say Jill?
Oh my God, Jill and Kelly.
Right.
My God. I thought I did when I was going through the pictures. But
I'm
maybe-
sure you did with the pictures.
So we went to back to Jill's room. We got Uber Eats.
Again, we
And-
used Uber Eats a lot.
Yeah, and Courtney and Christine were there.
Yep.
And when we were up there, Kelly's like, hey, Barbara and Brandon are coming in downstairs. And so I said, I'll go down and see them. So I went down with Jill
Yep.
and Kelly. And they came out, they drove up and said hi. I gave them a hug. And then Jill and I went back upstairs. Because
Yep.
we knew the food was coming.
Yes.
Because you were staying for the food.
Yes.
And because it was coming to the wrong room.
Yes.
So you were going to go up and get it at our room and then come back down. So we got up. We did some recording. Because we did some recording that afternoon, too. With Christine and Courtney.
We did.
So
In the room
Right.
about the meet and greet.
that was that. And
And that was pretty much Boston.
what did we... Oh, so what did you wear to Boston? To
The second night?
Boston, yeah.
Black t-shirt, black capris, black flip-flops, my Jordan necklace that Christine
got you,
made.
Yeah. I forgot my Joe one, and I said, don't forget it, Nikki. I'm going to put it right here so you don't forget it. And what did I do? I walked out of the house without it.
You forgot it.
I wore my Hangin' Tough earrings that night.
Mm-hmm.
Love my... Or no, they're New Kids on the Block earrings, but they're like...
Yeah, but the Hangin' Tough, like
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
logo-ish
Yeah.
time frame.
So, that ended you and I's tour.
Yes,
We got,
that was done. That was the end of my tour.
Right.
I just did the 2 shows.
Right. So then the next morning, we left pretty early.
Yeah, we got up and
because we were like, we'll play it by ear what time we leave. And we got up and left and went to Arby's on the way home.
hit up Arby's one last time.
Yep. And then got home.
Yep.
And then I proceeded to get ready for my family's vacation that we were going to be taking. That we were going to be gone for 2 weeks.
Right.
So, about 2 weeks, a little under 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, on July 4th, we were going to leave. We had kind of gone back and forth because it was Rod's birthday.
Yep.
And we were going to go early and go to Rod's birthday. But Bryn has a friend, and we've always had a tradition. We go to their house on the 4th of July. And Bryn was a little upset that we might be missing that.
At the
because
prospect of
we've
not
been
going.
doing it since she was in kindergarten.
Aw.
So what we decided was I packed up everything the night before. Kevin went and got the rental car.
Mm-hmm.
We had everything in the living room ready to go. So we went to their house, had lunch, left, packed up the car, got on the road. And we got there in like 7.5 hours. It was like supposed to take us like 9.
That's really good.
But there was no traffic on the road. And we got to see fireworks from like everywhere.
Yes, I think you poloed.
It
You
was
did, like,
so
polos
cool.
from
We
it,
could
and I
see,
remember
because it was on the
seeing that.
interstate, like seeing them everywhere. And we were heading to Atlantic City. So we were staying in a hotel that was like right outside of Atlantic City.
Yep.
The problem was that originally we were going to stay there 2 nights.
Yep.
But I decided that I would much rather be at the hotel the day before for Hershey, and I'm really glad that I chose that,
Yeah.
than I would be staying an extra night in Atlantic City, because Kevin was like, look, if you get to do something afterwards, just do something afterwards. Like, the kids and I will find something to do. Like, there's plenty of stuff to do in Atlantic City, and there was tons of stuff for them to do.
Perfect.
So we stayed the night. Next day, I got ready for the concert. So I was all ready to go for the concert. And we went to Wahlburgers, which was inside the Oceanic or Ocean Casino. I can't remember what it's called now. But when we got there, there were photographers
Oh.
sitting in seats. And I was like, why are there photographers sitting in seats? I wonder what's going down. So,
Yeah.
Angela, that's in our group, her daughter was yelling, Nikki, Nikki. And I'm like, I don't know who this little girl is. And she came up and she goes,
cute.
are you Nikki? And I said, yes. And she was like, Mom, it's Nikki. And her mom has a son who's autistic, I believe. And so she was with him, caring for him. And when because she wasn't going to bring him all the way, you know what I mean?
Right.
So then she came over and she introduced herself, and it was so nice meeting her and her son and her daughter. It was really nice.
That's cool.
And Kevin and the kids got to meet them, and it was really cool. And unfortunately, she wasn't going to the concert because she said, she brought them to Wahlburgers just in case. So then I put in for 14 people, I believe. Because they were like taking reservations.
Yeah.
And so I was like, there's 14 of us. Because Jenny and Rod were coming. Jackie and Maria, I was going with them. Because they were taking me for the night, and I was just going with them for the rest of the night.
Yep.
Partying with Kevin and the kids. And so everybody just met at Wahlburgers. And so Kevin and Rod got to hang out, which was awesome.
That's cool.
I knew they would get along, and it was awesome.
Well, take two guys who could get along with anybody and then put them together.
That's true.
They're going to get along.
That's true.
Yeah.
And Kevin was like, oh, I wish I could have spent more time with him. So maybe someday, because he was like, oh, I really wish we could have gone to his birthday, And I was like, hey, you never know. Maybe next year.
Right.
And it was really cool because Jenny was gave the kids a hug. She was like, it's like I know you. It was just nice. And Maria got to meet Brendan Brody and Jackie and everybody. And Steph, got to see Steph, and I got to meet Jackie and her friend Jackie, and I got to see Amber, and then Jessica was there.
That's cool.
I'd given Jessica a very special moment
at
our Boston concert because Danny came right up in front of me and did 10 times. And I picked up my phone right then and recorded because I knew she would want it. I was only thinking of her.
She did want it.
Yes.
She was all about it.
Yep. And I sent it right to her. So we finally got into Wahlburgers. It took a long time for us to get into Wahlburgers, but we got in. I started to not feel that great. I started to feel sweaty and I was hot, but it wasn't hot. I knew it wasn't hot, but I started to feel claustrophobic inside the Wahlburgers.
Oh.
I started to feel the panicky stuff set on, and now I know it's different.
Yeah.
It feels different, and now I can tell the difference because before I just thought I have a sweating problem, and sometimes I do. I get hot, but this was different. This was I was panicked, and I had to keep leaving and walking around because I was getting so claustrophobic. So I had to keep leaving Wahlburgers. And what I would do is I'd walk down to the bathroom and I'd come back around and come back in because it was very closed in.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of people, and it just was a lot of heaviness. So I didn't eat very much because when you're feeling like that, you can't eat very much,
Right.
And then we left. So we got in the car, in Maria's car, and I just was so hot. I kept sweating. And I rolled down the windows and I was trying to get cooled down, but I couldn't get cooled down. I'm like, what is happening? What is wrong? It's not that hot out. It's hot, but it's not that hot out.
Right.
So then Maria looked in the back and she goes, oh my God, you're melting. So she turns on the air conditioning full force. And I just sat there and let the air conditioning hit me. And I was like, okay, I'm feeling better. But they could tell I just wasn't right. There was something not right, but I didn't know. I had absolutely no idea.
Right.
We met up with Steph, and I wanted to make sure because I forgot to print my ticket. So I was like, oh, awesome. Totally forgot to bring my ticket with me.
Shoot.
I printed it, but I left it in the bag. So I'm like, oh, crap. What am I going to do? This isn't an electronic ticket. So I went up to the customer service, and I was like, I didn't bring my ticket with me, but I have this email. And she's like, oh, that's all you need. And I was like, okay, thank God. So I think the panic had set in, and I was you know how I told you I get fixated on certain things.
Yep.
So then I was able to relax a little bit, and I started to feel a little bit better. So we went upstairs, and Steph had brought some blueberry blondies.
Yum.
And so we had some of that, but I still just wasn't feeling right. And I still felt panicky.
Yeah.
It was weird. I can't explain it. I just wasn't feeling myself. And I kept saying it out loud. I'm just not feeling right. I'm not feeling correct. It just didn't feel right. And I stood in front of the air conditioner. It wasn't that hot. That's the problem. It wasn't that hot, but I was dying. And like Jackie was like, "You all right? Like, are you?"
I can hear her.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's wrong. Like, there's something up. So she's like, I think you should stop drinking. I think you should drink some water. And so that's what I did. I started drinking water.
Wise advice.
Right. And I started drinking water and soda and I started to feel better.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jackie. So then I was fine. I wasn't like
Cool.
sweating. You know what I mean? Like I was fine. I was cool.
Yep.
We get downstairs. Like we realized, oh my God, it's 6:30.
Oh my gosh.
And we're like, we need to go downstairs. So we go downstairs and we had VIP general admission. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh. So we had no idea what this was going to be like. Like absolutely no
Right.
clue what it was going to be like. And I think that was bothering me a lot. Because like I said,
Again, expectations.
I don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
So we get there and it's in a big ballroom. Like it's just a big ballroom. It
That's
was
crazy to me.
It was crazy.
It looked so small.
It was. When they came out on stage, I was like, oh my God.
Like they were right there.
This is like front row. Where I was standing, I felt would be like where front row was in Boston. And we were like in the back of general admission. Wow. I know. So it started to get more and more people. Like more and more people. We like claimed our spot. And I was like, there were girls that were in front of us. So there was an X
Yes.
in front of us. And we were pretty sure Donnie was going to be there.
Yep.
Jackie was like, I'm pretty sure Donnie's going to be there. I was like, this is a perfect spot. This is where we'll stand.
Yep.
And there were some girls in front of us. They all had like the same outfits on. And so between us and them, we weren't going to let anybody go between us because we were afraid people would start standing in back of me and in front of them. So we started like, because people were just being ignorant.
Yep.
And like, there wasn't a whole lot of space for us anyway. And I was already starting to feel like, oh my God, there's too many people. You're going to be fine.
So like what? Were they trying to get closer to the X?
Both.
Or were they just like...
They were just like, I'm coming at the last minute. I'm going to squeeze in here and this is where I'm going to stand.
like I want to be more central or I want to be more...
Because we were center.
Okay.
We were like
dead
dead center.
I get it. Yeah.
So all of a sudden, these people come in when Jackie was gone to get some drinks. And at this point, I was feeling fine.
Yeah.
I was like, I've got my space. I'm fine. Like, this is going to be fine. I'm
Yep.
feeling good. It was getting hot, but I was standing right underneath an air conditioning vent. So I was like, this is like God,
Sublime.
like telling me it's going to be fine.
Right.
And I kept getting it into my head, like, there's not that many people.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie and Maria are with me.
Mm-hmm.
If something happens, they're not going to let anything happen to me.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, and that's what you have to do when you have something like this in your head. Those are the things that you have to run through your I'm safe. I'm fine. Everything's going to be okay.
Right.
So, I kept just having to reaffirm that and say that to myself. So the concert starts and I'm fine until those four girls, and they were excited about the concert. They seemed nice. They seemed, but they were drinking and weren't really minding their space.
I get it.
Getting into my personal space.
Yep. I get that.
And Jackie and Maria, I think, could see that I was starting to get a little like, okay, this is my space. Like, you're in my personal space. Like, you're right next to me, like cheek to cheek. At one point, somebody was like riding my back.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. That much. Like, I
That's
can't
too
handle
much.
that. I'm taut. Like, get off me.
That's too much for anyone.
It's too much.
You don't
No,
need to do
it's
that.
too much. Well, the concert starts. Everything's still okay. They do The Way. They do Favorite Girl. What comes after Favorite Girl?
I don't remember. Summertime.
Okay, that was fine.
Yep.
Then they do Block Party, which is my favorite song.
Yeah.
Like, one of my favorites. And I realize Donnie is right in front of us. Like, right directly in front of us. So guess what happens?
I know exactly what happened.
Exactly what happened to me at the after party when I was with Steph and I was by myself. I feel the whole crowd start to move.
Yeah.
And I'm trapped. I've got people in front of me. I've got people in back of me. I've got people beside me. And I've got this girl right up, like, in my face. So I looked at her and I said, you need to back off. And you know me, I'm not a confrontational person.
Right.
But I needed my space.
Right.
And this girl runs up in between pushes to get up to Donnie.
That doesn't even make sense to me. Because what is that going to do for her? Do you know what I mean? Like, what is she trying to do?
She was trying to go touch him. Like, trying to go, like, whatever. I don't know.
I don't like that. I don't get that.
And what she did was she, like, threw off the balance. Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly it. I don't get it.
She made it about her. And maybe she wasn't realizing what she was doing, but I would never do that. I would never do that. I guess I would never. And, you know, to those of you who've done that, whatever, like, I'm not mad at you, whatever. But, like, it was a big deal that I was doing this by myself, number one. Like, this was a big step for me.
Right.
Even though I was with Jackie and Maria, like, I'm with you always. And
Right.
I always feel safe with you. And I felt safe with Maria and Jackie. Like, I did. I was able to, like, okay, I can be safe with Maria and Jackie.
But it was just a big step.
It was a big step for me. And
because you're 100% right. Like,
do you know what I mean? Like, it's hard.
yes. Like, I worried about you. I mean, not to be like,
I don't want to cry.
not to be weird.
No, but it was something I had done, and I can remember Kevin, when I bought the ticket, him saying, "Are you ready for this?
Like, are you going to be able to do that?"
And I said, "I trust Jackie and Maria. Like, they won't let anything bad happen to me." And they wouldn't. That's the thing. Like, when that happened, the song went over, and I was like I was in tears because I couldn't get out. And I kept looking for an escape, and I couldn't get out. Like, there was nowhere for me to go.
There was no escape.
I was panicking. Like, I couldn't breathe. I started to sweat. Like, sweat was dripping down my face. Like, sorry if that's too much information, but I was having a full-on panic attack. Like, and I didn't really realize until when I got home, like, what it was that was happening. Like, I thought maybe I was just having, like, an episode, which it really was. That's an episode. But, like, I thought I was going to die. Yeah, which is hard to explain because people are like, but you weren't going to die. Like, you were at a New Kids on the Block concert. Like,
right, but
you can't
like
explain
you
it
can't
unless you're in
that.
it.
Right.
And so I looked, and the girl behind me goes, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Absolutely not. I'm not okay. I'm not okay." I don't even know who the girl was, but I told her I wasn't okay.
Yeah.
And I looked at Jackie and Maria, and I'm like, "I need to get out. I need to get out." Like, and I'm like, gonna lose my shit. And somebody, I think it was either Jackie or Maria, said, "Run right along that side," because there was like an opening where nobody was letting anybody go, but it was an opening. And I didn't even give a shit if security was going to say anything to me, which is totally not like me because I always care about what people are going to think.
Right.
I need to get
but
the
all
hell
you
out
have
of
to
there.
say to them is say, "I need to get out."
So I was so out of it. There was a point that I didn't know where I was.
Oh.
So I get there, and I don't know which way is exit. I don't know how to exit.
I see what
and
you're
I'm
saying.
freaking out. So I go to the security guard, and I said, "I'm not okay. I'm not drunk. I need help."
Yep.
And they looked at me, and they were just like, "What do you need help with?" It was hard enough for me to ask for help.
Right.
I said, "I need an exit. I need to know how to get out of here."
Yeah.
And so they said, "Right this way." So they showed me where it was.
Yeah.
And I started going that way. I wasn't okay. I was like crying, and I was embarrassed that I was crying. And so I went to the bathroom. I had like confetti stuck to my shoe, and it was trailing behind me. And some girl was like, "Oh, honey, you've got," you know what I mean? And she came and took the confetti off of me, and I'm crying. And she's like, "It's okay. It's not toilet paper." I think she probably thought I was drunk or whatever, but I was like having an episode. So I get in there, and I just stand at the bathroom because I thought I was going to throw up.
Yeah.
And I just was like, I can't, and I'm gonna get upset about it, but I can't stand that this, like, it affects like everything I do. Like, I can't even enjoy a freaking New Kids on the Block concert. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even.
Well, but here's the thing: you can, because you did, just not that one.
And so I had to leave. So I came inside, and like I saw Rod, and so I tried to like chill out.
You tried to be cool.
I tried to chill out because
Yeah.
I didn't want him to think like. And so I was like, "I'm okay." Like, I just needed to like break away for a little bit. I just needed to like chill out. Because
Yep.
it was like, and he was like, "Oh, okay." And he gave me a hug, and we took a picture together.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Just chill out, Nikki. You're fine. You know, you can, as soon as he leaves, you can like freak out, but just like keep it cool right now. Just keep it cool."
Right.
So he went back, and that's when I just started to like really freak out. And so I just needed to get out of the venue. Like, I needed to leave the venue.
Yeah.
And so finally the security guard came up to me, and they said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No, I'm not. I need to get out of here. Like, I need to leave." And he's like, "Well, if you leave, you can't come back." And I said, "I don't care. I got to get out of here." And I was like, "No, I'm not coming back. Like, I'm not coming back." And I went down the escalator, and then Kevin's like, "Use Life 360 to come find me. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't even like function.
Right.
How am I supposed to find you? And by the grace of God, I have no idea. Like he was just right there. Like all I had to do was like walk right. And I looked at my phone and he was like waiting for me right up there.
Perfect.
So I got in the car, melted down for a second.
Yep.
And then I was fine. And then I was like, I wanted to go back.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was just like, I'm fine now. I really wish I could go back. And he's like, well, then, you know, you can go back. Like, and I was like, no, I exited. You know, I can't go back.
Like you told the guy you're not coming back.
Right. So we got on the road and headed to Hershey. But now, in my head, I'm like, what am I going to do? How am I going to do Hershey? How am I going to do it? Like, how am I going to do it?
Right.
So we get on the road, we get to Hershey. I still feel like I'm going to throw up. Like I couldn't get that like feeling that like something bad was going to happen.
Yep.
And so I didn't sleep. Like I couldn't sleep. And then I woke up the next day and that's when we were supposed to go to Hershey. So I'm like, Kevin, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Like, and poor Bryn, this is what she got for Christmas. Like, this is her Christmas present.
Right.
Like, we're on vacation. I'm supposed to be having a great time. And that's when panic started to set in. So I was panicking even before I even got to the venue.
Right.
So I'm sweating, but it's also 90 degrees outside.
It
was
was
hotter
really
than balls.
hot and like humid and like rainy.
Right. We get to the venue and Kevin comes with me. He doesn't want to he doesn't want to leave. I'm obviously not in a good place.
Right.
But he also doesn't want me to regret not doing this with Bryn and having that on my shoulders. You know what I mean? Because that's what I told him. Like,
yeah.
This is her. This isn't about me anymore. This has nothing to do with me anymore. This is about her, and this is her present. Like, this was her big present.
Right.
And I don't want to ruin this experience for her. Like, it's not fair. So I tried to collect myself, and like I did some breathing. I did some tapping, like that they've taught me, and I got myself to like a point where I wasn't like as panicky, but it was so hot. And I think I was really dehydrated because I didn't have any water, because I don't drink my water and I should drink my water and I didn't. And my group is like, we're in line, we're waiting in line. Like, where are you? And I'm like, I can't come stand over there. Like, if it means that I have to leave the group, like I can't come over there and stand. I feel like I'm going to vomit.
Right.
So I started to get ringing in my ears and I was like, I'm going to pass out. Like I know that's a sign. Like I started to get ringing in my ears and I started to like, and so two of the girls came over. One's name is Beth and one of them is Sarah. And they were amazing. They took care of me. They made Kevin feel comfortable enough that he felt like he could leave, that I was in good hands. These girls did not know me. They had just met me. They took it upon themselves to give me the only water that they had in their bag, gave it to me to drink.
That's really nice.
Somehow, some way, I had the smarts to put a washcloth in my bag.
Really?
What the hell was I thinking?
I have no idea.
But it saved my life. I want to tell you right now, that washcloth saved my life.
What did you do with it?
Well, first I used it because I was sweating.
So
it made me feel more comfortable.
Right.
Because I was sweating. Second, Beth told me to take the water and put it on the washcloth and put it on the back of my neck.
Yep.
I instantly, and she gave me this is her fan. Like, this is her hand fan that she was planning that only had batteries for her, gave to me to use. And Sarah was even like, take mine too. But I took one and I used Beth's and it cooled me down as we were standing in line because we were in the hot sun. But we knew that. Here's the difference. Like at Hershey, I knew what was coming.
Right. You knew
like
that
a couple weeks before
that you were going to be outside.
Right.
I knew. Yeah.
So we're standing in line. We didn't have to stand too long because they told, like, I started to feel like I was going to pass out again. So they had me go stand under the tree again. Then I got more water in me and then I felt, okay, I'm good. I'm feeling okay. I can do this. Like, this is okay. I got two people here for some reason, don't even know them, but they are amazing people and they're taking care of me.
Nice.
And they're not only taking care of me, they're taking care of Bryn.
Right.
Because they're getting Bryn to not focus on me. Because Bryn was Bryn was concerned. She'd never seen me like this before.
Yep.
So she didn't know what to do. And Bryn was adorable, by the way. She wore my New Kids on the Block
So cute.
bedding skirt. She wore her she asked me to buy her a We Are All Donny Girl shirt, so I wore it. She wanted me to wear mine, so I wore mine with shorts.
Yeah.
It was black, though.
Ugh.
So you know what happens when you wear black in the sun.
Yep.
So we finally get into the tent. And the tent is crowded with people. But I managed. I mean...
Was it really hot in the tent, too?
It was really hot, but it wasn't as hot as standing in that friggin' sun.
Well, standing in the sun is going to be worse.
And the thing is, there's no other place to do it. Like, that's...
That venue.
That's what you sign up for. If you
Yeah.
do that, that's what you sign up for.
Yeah.
We get in there. I meet up with Stacy from our group. She was freaking amazing. She starts talking, and the people in our group, oh my God, our group was so awesome.
That's cool.
Our group was so awesome. So I met Michael and his wife, Sarah, and Sarah came up to me, and I am not myself. Like, I am not. Michael was awesome. He was funny, and Sarah was just as cute as could be. She was so nice. But they don't know what's happening. Like, they don't know that, like, I feel like I'm dying.
Right.
Like, they have no idea.
Right.
They just think I'm a little hot, probably. Like, and I was just playing it off like, oh, I'm just really hot.
Like everybody else.
Right.
I mean,
right.
yeah.
Right. So Sarah is like, I listened to the podcast and I was just like, oh, cool. But I really wanted to, like, talk more to her. But, like, I was just so.
You just couldn't.
I just couldn't.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. So, Sarah, I'm so sorry if you're listening. I just really wanted to talk to you so much and talk to you more. And I was so weird. I was so weird.
You couldn't help it, though. You couldn't help it.
That's not me.
You were, like, outside of yourself.
And it's, like I said, the reason I get so emotional about it is legit because it prevents me from doing things that I love to do. I'm working on it right now. Like, I'm working on
That's
it.
what you do. That's all you could do.
With a professional. So
Yes,
I'm not just
yeah.
like, oh, I'm going to go do this myself. Like,
Right.
And what was really cool is if I didn't have the group that I had, I would have left. I would have left 100%.
Wow. So they were awesome.
Beyond.
Like
Especially Beth and Sarah in the beginning.
Yeah.
If they hadn't come and taken me under their wing the way that they did,
We'd be having a different conversation.
I was about to leave. Like, I was about to leave because Kevin was like, this is too much. Like, you tried.
Right.
Like, and I was like, I know, I tried and I can't do it. I can't do it. And I said sorry to Bryn. Like, I was like, and they were just like, it's like, I don't know if they knew.
Right.
But they made me feel safe so that I could. Because again, I'm thinking Atlantic City. What if I get in there and that happens to me and I'm with my daughter and I don't have Jackie and Marie to help me?
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep,
like,
I
that's
do.
what was in my head. So, and Stacey, I appreciate you so much. Like, you had no idea what was going on, but you just, like, talking to me, especially in the next thing that happened, like, saved me from leaving.
What's the next thing that happened?
So after we met the guys and I acted like a buffoon, I acted like a complete.
Are you going to tell them about the foot?
Oh my God, you guys.
It's not a big deal. Truly.
Oh my God. Like, it probably could have gone worse. Let me tell you, it could have probably gone worse because they were talking about, has anybody ever passed out? I'm thinking, oh, Jesus. I wasn't saying this. Somebody else was asking. And I'm like, oh, Lord. Because I was not feeling, I just wanted to get it. It's like you wait so long for this. And all I could think in my head is I just want to get this over with. I just want to get this over with. Like, let's just get this over with. And that's not fun. Like,
right.
You don't want it to be like that. Like, I wasn't like that at Boston. Let's get this over with at all.
I want this to last forever.
Right.
Yeah.
So we get all lined up. It's friggin' hot still. Everybody's hot. I'm like, do I even want to hug the guys? Because I'm gross. Like, I'm gross. So I had full intentions of just shaking their hand. Like, I was just going to go up and shake their hand and be like, I'm disgusting.
Like, you don't have to hug me?
No. But Danny hugged me first, so.
Everyone was hot. Everyone was sweaty.
Joe was wearing his freaking jean jacket, and I'm like, what the hell, dude? It's freaking hot.
It's 90 degrees out here.
Oh, my God. So I go down the line. I say hi to Donnie. But I'm like, not myself. I'm just like, whatever.
Right. You're just working your way through.
Jordan says something to me, and I'm still trying to remember exactly what he said, but he looked at me with caring eyes, and either said, "Are you hot?" or "It is hot," or something along those lines, and gave me a big hug. And I was just like, "Oh, Jordan." So I think I was like surprised by that, or like taken aback again. I mean, I'm not surprised that Jordan is awesome because he's awesome. I'm just like surprised he's awesome to me. I guess that's what it is. Do you know what I mean? I'm surprised any of them would be nice to me. I don't know. I know that sounds weird, but
it doesn't sound weird.
You know what I mean?
Because I get what you're saying.
Yeah. It's not that I don't think that they're nice people, because I think they're fantastic people. I wouldn't like them if I didn't think,
Right.
It's just amazing to think that they, at a time that I needed that the most.
Right.
Like, he didn't know.
Right.
Maybe he thought I was going to throw up on him. I don't know. Like, so then I go down to Joe. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, like he says something like, "Oh, hey," or whatever. And I step directly on the top of his foot and almost trip. And I said, "Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry."
And he was like,
"It's okay. It's
of course. He's a good guy."
I was mortified. And I said it. I was like, "I'm mortified." And I had to keep my shit together because I was about to bawl. Because I was on the verge of tears.
I get it. I totally get it.
But him saying that, he didn't have to say that. He could have been pissed off. Like, "It's fucking hot. Excuse me. It's hot. And you just stepped on my foot, dude." And then I was like, what if I like prevented him dancing? Like, what if I stepped on it so bad that he like couldn't dance?
He couldn't dance. Like he get sprained
and
or
it was
something.
all my fault. And that's when the panic started happening again, because I started thinking, oh my God,
I hurt Joey McIntyre's toe.
I hurt Joey McIntyre's foot, and he's forever going to be scarred because I stepped on his foot, and it's going to be all my fault, and everybody's going to hate me.
No.
Because that's how I think. You know how I think.
Right.
I always like go to the worst case scenario. So of course I'm like not... John's talking to me because we're at John. I was staying with John.
What did he say?
I don't remember what he said at first because it was both to Sarah and I, and I don't remember. But then he was like, "Hey, where are you guys from?" And so then I'm like, "Oh, I'm from Maine," not thinking he's gonna say any. And he pipes right up and looks at me. He's like, "Oh, Maine, I love Maine. Where in Maine are you from?" And I said, "Oh, I'm from Bangor." And then of course, the stupidity pours out of my mouth. And I say, "Yeah, we talked about it when we were on the cruise, remember?" And then I said, "Wait, you wouldn't remember." And he was like, I don't think he knew what to say.
Right.
Of course he didn't know what to say. I mean, Nikki, what the hell? Nikki, what the hell? Seriously, shut your mouth.
But that's okay.
But then he was like, "I really like Islesboro." And I was like, "Oh, it's beautiful there. It's awesome there." I was like, "But you should come to Bangor sometime," or whatever I said.
Right.
And he was like, "Yeah." And then it was like picture time. And so then I proceed to go outside the tent, and I was like about to melt down. Like I was about to cry. And all of a sudden I turn and Bryn is hysterical. Crying. I'm like, what is happening?
Why?
This whole time Beth is like talking to Bryn. "What are you going to say to Donnie?" Like, because they're going to stand together. And she was like, "I'll be there. I'll like help you with the conversation. Maybe he'll be the cover girl. Like maybe he'll, and so, and Bryn was like, oh my, like she was like freaking out. And so she was like, "I'm going to talk to him for you." Beth said that. So she did.
Oh.
And Donnie, I guess, kept hugging her and kissing her on the forehead and told her how awesome she was. But he said, because she was like, maybe she could be the cover girl. And he said, "Well, I don't think that there's going to be a cover girl this concert, but I'll sing to you."
Oh, there wasn't a cover girl?
No cover girl this one. I think it was because of the setup and because of everything that was going
on. Logistically, like on this, like to get on the stage and stuff.
There was no one he brought up. Like, how he usually brings up two? Well, he didn't do that at Hershey. Right. He did sing to somebody in the corner, but it was like, logistically, it wouldn't have been able to happen for Bryn because he was like out.
Yeah, I get it.
On the thing.
Yeah.
But she came out crying because he kept telling, he just kept kissing my forehead and telling me I was awesome. And so she was like, so
that's really sweet.
It really was. Afterwards, we leave. We go back to the tent. We hang out there for a little bit. I talk more to Stacy because she's awesome and I love her. Like, I absolutely love her. I wish she lived closer. We would hang out because she's so cool. I talk more to the girls and guys in my group. They were awesome. And then All of a sudden I hear, Nikki! Nikki! I look over, it's Liz!
Oh, cool!
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
So I walk over, and it's her and Dana. Dana that was on Joey McIntyre's Instagram Live.
Yep.
And Dana's husband, and then their friend. And we took a picture. So send me that picture, Liz. I want to see it.
That's so cool.
It was actually, I think I have it. It was by the fence. So it was me and Bryn, and we're like, and they're in front of the fence, and they took a picture. And they were going to the Slugger Lounge.
Yep.
And then I was like, I wish I would have gotten tickets to the Slugger Lounge, because I think Bryn would have liked that. Bryn would have had fun. But then I found out, and then I was like, well, maybe I will. Maybe I'll go over and see if I can get tickets, because Beth and Sarah that took care of me, they were going to the Slugger Lounge, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll see if I can get tickets. And somebody went over, Stephanie in our group, and she said they're sold out. Like,
oh,
so I was like, bummer. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
So we're in the tent, and Bryn wants a t-shirt. So we're like, okay, we're going to go. We had to go down, like they had to like wait for merchandise shopping. So we get in line and we go down to get a t-shirt. So we go down, no line, which is awesome.
Oh,
get a
great.
t-shirt. Go to come out, and they're like, everybody stay in here. Like nobody could go back to the tent. And I was like, oh, okay. And they're like, yeah, everybody just stay in here. And I'm like, what's happening?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And then finally somebody said, there's storms coming. We want everybody to stay in here.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, okay, no big deal. It's just a storm. Like, it's not going to be that big of a deal. It's just rain or whatever.
Yeah.
This storm
It was a huge storm.
was the biggest rainstorm I think I've ever seen since sophomore year when they flooded Broadway Park.
Oh my gosh, that was bad.
This was so bad. It came down so hard that it scared me.
Wasn't there hail or something?
I think so. I'm not sure. I didn't see
I don't
any because
remember.
we were like standing there, and Stacy was there, and all of a sudden people started just packing in, and I'm like, what?
Like, here we go.
So like I'm talking to Stacy,
Yep.
and I'm feeling okay, and I'm like, okay, just chill out. Stacy's right here. She doesn't know what's going on, but that's okay. You're not being weird. Like, you're fine. And Bryn was cool. Like, she didn't know what was going on, but I'm like, you're not gonna lose it. You're fine. They're going to open this up in a few minutes. The rain's going to stop. You're going to go in. You're going to sit down. You're going to have a good time at the concert.
Yep.
Everything's going to be fine.
Yep.
Well, it was like that for 2 hours we were in there, I
Oh
think.
my gosh.
I think it was 2 hours, hour and a half.
Holy shit.
And more people just kept getting put in there. And I'm soaked. Because and Stacy and I both said the rain felt good. Because it was hot.
Yeah.
And the rain was nice and cold. It felt good. But then the heat started to come. So then you just feel swampy. There's
Yeah,
no other word for
totally.
it. It just feels like a swamp.
Yep.
And just when I thought that I couldn't do it any longer, like I was like, okay, I need to get out of here.
Yep.
Like too many people. People were starting to get crowded in my space.
Like, here we are.
Yep. Bryn was a rock star. Like, she never said anything. I don't know if she even knew what was going on, but like, I think I played it pretty cool.
Yep. Good.
I didn't cry,
Great.
like I thought I was going to.
Yep.
They opened up the doors. Doors open. I'm like, thank God.
Sweet.
So then guess what everybody's doing?
Oh.
They're going for the doors. I didn't give a shit. This is the first time that like there were people all up in my business, like all around me, and I didn't care because I could see the light. I could see that I was getting through
Right.
there.
You were getting out.
So I'm with Stacy, and Stacy's with. So like Stacy, you didn't even know this if you're listening, but like I was like, I'm with Stacy. It's okay if something happens to me. Stacy will save me. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just in my head. Like I'm like, she'll save me.
Right.
So we're walking towards the thing, and all of a sudden, I don't know how to get to where we need to be because we're on. But it was okay because like I felt like we were all in this together, and like we're all trying. There was like this guy. He was wicked funny. And he was like leading the charge, like we're gonna go this way. And so we're like, okay, we're just gonna follow this guy. And I'm talking to Bryn, like I turn around and I say something to Bryn, and the woman in front of me turns around and she goes, "Oh my God, I recognize your voice."
Yeah, you told me that.
And
That's
I was
crazy.
like, what? And of course, woman, if I was weird, this is why. This is why I was like, so many thoughts going through my head. I just wanted, you know what I mean? And if I seemed like, I'm always worried like I seem like off-putting or,
Right.
Because I was panicked. Like I was like,
Right.
if I get to my seat, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine if
Yep.
I get to my seat. So, I talked to her for a little bit and I was like, oh, are you part of like the Facebook group? And I think she was like, what? Like, she's like, I listened to you, but yeah, come on the Facebook group
Yes.
and like message me, email me. 'Cause you were awesome. And you're a little girl and she had her daughter and all of a sudden the guy that was like leading in charge took her hand and like went off with her. I was like, what's going on? And I don't think they knew each other.
Oh.
So finally we get out. And that's when I could just like breathe. Finally, for the first time since I had friggin'
crazy.
I could breathe. And I just looked at Brendan and I said, we are going to have a friggin' awesome time. The concert was awesome. We were in a place where because the rain started to really come down again once everybody got on the field.
Oh.
But we were over the stadium went over us.
Oh, cool.
So, but like just us, and then the people in back of us got like friggin' drenched. It was just like our row because we were second row.
Out. Perfect.
Yeah. So I did a lot of lives. I went live a lot. It was fun. Donnie pointed at Bryn and sang to her, so that was cool.
That happened.
And there was something else. Oh, Bryn and I were on the kiss cam.
You were?
Yes, but I didn't realize it until it was too late. I was like, they're like filming us. It was the same thing that happened in Boston.
Like you had no idea?
Remember when the guy, okay, so in Boston, we left this part out, but in the second night in Boston, there was this guy and he kept coming up like throughout the night.
Yep.
And he would put the camera on it. It seemed like it was right on it, but I wasn't there. So I was like, oh, he's filming in back of us.
Right.
He's filming in back of us. Like he's not filming me. He's filming in back of us because I was not up on the screen. So during Sweet Caroline, I don't know why I said it like that. All of a sudden, you know, like when you look at something and you move and then like it moves with you, that's what happened. And I looked, and I was like, oh my God. But then like, you don't know what to do.
So you just have to keep doing what you're doing.
So first I was like, oh, and then I was like, yay. And then the girl next to me, like, she's like, you're on the TV or whatever she said.
She was nice.
She was adorable.
She was like a baby blockhead.
She was a baby blockhead and she was super sweet. But she was like, you're on the big screen or whatever she said. And then somebody from our group took a picture, like, was recording. So we have it on video. It was funny. I look really weird. I was embarrassed.
You look very happy.
But the kiss cam came on and same thing happened. Like I looked and I was moving at the same time. And I'm like, oh, we're supposed to kiss. So then I bring Brennan to kiss. I kissed her on the cheek.
Aw. Your baby.
Yep. So she had a blast. One of my favorite moments of this whole tour was watching her enjoy the concert because she sang at the top of her lungs, every single song, knew all the words, and was so just awesome. Dancing, like dance like no one's watching type of, she was, and like everybody else was like that. I just remember like at one point just looking around everybody and I'm like, this is what it's all about. Like, this is why we love New Kids on the Block, because everybody here is like in it. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You go to some concerts and like Hall & Oates and people are sitting and they're like, sit your ass down. And you're like, no, I want to dance to a rich girl. So
right, exactly.
It wasn't like that.
But
like
everybody are there for that
especially
purpose.
In our group, you know, in the group that we were, because we were like in a square and the stage went around us.
That's
which
cool.
was pretty friggin' awesome. So it was a good experience after all was said and done. I was hot. It was good. Special thanks to everybody in my group. Special thanks to Sarah and Beth. Special thanks to Stacy. Special thanks to the girl who recognized my voice.
That's funny.
And I'm so sorry. Yeah. So that was Hershey. So then we continued our vacation. I got really sick.
Yep.
That night that's when I started to get really sick.
Yeah.
The next day I couldn't move, couldn't talk. I was really congested, and really hot. And so I like actually slept for 2 days. Like just slept.
You did. You stayed in the hotel.
Yeah. Well, the kids went to Hershey, which I was so bummed because I really wanted to go on the roller coasters and I didn't get a chance to, but we did make our own candy bar. Like I went out that one night. I didn't feel good, but we went out and made a candy bar. And then the next day I didn't go to DC.
Excuse me.
That's okay. The next day I didn't go with them to DC, but then like the next day I started to feel better and we went. So then we went to North Carolina and I was supposed to go to Fort Lauderdale.
Right.
And I say that because obviously I didn't go. I had tickets and I was supposed to be like meet up with everybody. And if I thought the panic attack was bad at Atlantic City, this one was worse. And I think it was because I started thinking like I'm going to be by myself. I'm getting on a plane by myself. And I hadn't really like now I'm looking at it all from like a good perspective. Like I know what happened. I know what made me feel that way. I can't prevent it, but at least I know why I was feeling that way.
Right.
And the night before I started to panic, I started to cry, but I was like, no, I'm going to fight through this. I'm going to go to the concert. Like, I think I texted you or something that night. It may have been the next day, but
yeah, you did. And I don't remember what you said, but you did.
But, Kevin's like, you can do this. Like, you can do it. You can go. And I said to him, there are many, many times that I love that you support me and that you push me, but this is not one of those times where you should push me. Like, I just knew.
Right.
Like, this was the next morning. I went, took a shower, and then I started to just panic. Like, full-on panic, sweat, everything, you name it. I was like...
yeah, I think your text was that night.
Yeah.
And you said something to me like, I don't know how I'm going to do this in the morning. Or
Yeah.
I don't know how, something along those lines. And
I was like
thinking,
crying.
Like, you're fine, it'll be fine.
Yeah. And so... I did. I went in the shower, got ready, got packed. Everything was packed the night before, even though I was having all that. Because I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Went to get in the car, and I was just like, I can't do it. I can't go. So sent a message to Kelly, and told her. And she was actually on the road when it happened because she had gotten on all that.
Oh,
that
right.
went down.
Yeah.
And she was like, it's okay. I understand. Like, they were very, very understanding, which made it so much easier.
Totally.
Like, they made it so much easier. And just having those of you that reached out to me and were just like, hey, it's okay. We love you, Jill. You know what you did. Like, all you guys. Leilani. All you guys. Kim. Everybody. Carmen. All those guys.
Yeah.
You guys all, like, took a moment to just, like, be like, hey, it's okay. Like, made me feel less weird. Made me feel okay with it. The only thing that was weird was that I had to explain it to the people in North Carolina. That was where it was weird. Because I came to the pool and everybody's like, I thought you were supposed to go on the flight in the morning. And I was just like, oh, things like I made something up. Like, and if they're listening, now you know. But like,
right. But
I just didn't want to have to explain it. A lot of people don't. And I was too vulnerable at that moment to have to explain it and then have somebody not understand it. And,
exactly.
And then I would just be back in the same cycle.
Exactly. No, that's perfectly understandable.
We used it to our advantage. We ended up deciding that we were going to leave a day earlier and we hit the road and drove all the way back to Maine. And that was the end of our vacation.
The air smells so good when you cross the border. When you've been gone for a period of time.
I know.
It just does.
I have to tell you, when we got into Maine, or we got into Massachusetts and we pulled over to like a service area, I got out of the car and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm freezing. I was cold. And it was
That's
like
so
82
funny.
Because
it had been so hot.
It's like 95 degrees in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's hot.
So yeah, I think that was it. I think that was everything. Right. I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about the whole, I'm glad that I did. I'm sure there's people out there that experience it too. And you know what? It's not weird. And if there's people that think it's weird, well, that was our trip. I really wish that you could have accompanied me on the other trips. Cause I know if you did, you would have been like, you're fine. Hopefully next time will be different. I'd like to think that maybe I will. I don't know. I don't know if I could do it again. I don't know if I would. No. But a lot can happen in 2 years.
Right. You never know. And you, like you said, you were working on that. And
yeah. It's just like, I would love the opportunity on the cruise to do the after party again and to put myself back in that situation. I feel like I've grown enough. Maybe. I don't know. But I feel like with the work that I will be doing that I'll be like, okay, I can do this. I'm fine.
Totally.
I'm not gonna get hurt. I'm not gonna die. You're fine. So, yeah, that's our story.
That's our story.
And
that was our mixtape tour experience.
Yeah. Mixtape Tour 2019.
In the books.
So the only last thing is that I'm not ready for mixtape to be over. So submit your stories.
Submit them all.
To mysocalledwhatever@gmail.com.
Please.
And we've got messages to play after this episode.
Yay!
You guys left some awesome messages.
But we'll always take more.
Always.
So you can call us at
857-271-1047. You can text us. We got some text messages.
We like those.
We'll read the text messages next time.
Yes, that sounds good. She's a
and-
little long this week.
Yeah. Also, still doing our mixtape tour project.
Yes.
Keep them coming.
You can see the details on the website.
We're missing a lot of concerts.
Venues.
And I really like to have from every single one. Like, I know we haven't got any from Utah.
I was going to say, have we received any from Boise?
Yes. I believe Christine sent one from Boise.
Oh, good. Okay.
Or Courtney.
Oh, good.
But,
Yeah, you're
more.
right. I think
Send more.
You're right. Yep.
Send more. The ones we have gotten have been amazing. And if you have trouble sending them through Gmail, just send them to me through Facebook Messenger, my personal Facebook.
Right.
So.
Right.
All right. Well, that's it. That's all we got.
That's all she wrote, folks.
Sorry if it was too long for you, but.
Sorry, not sorry. I mean, just listen to it in increments.
Part 1, Part 2. Part 1, 2, 3, 4 if you want.
Yeah, however you do it.
Yeah.
Whatever your commute time is.
This is what it used to be all the time.
I know. Weird.
Yeah. I like our snippity snappity.
I was just gonna say snippity snaps.
Yep.
All right, guys.
All right, we're gonna go venture out in the pool. So
yep.
Later,
Gators.
See ya.
Bye.
Hello. No one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hi, Nikki and Brooke. It's Joy, and it's not right after the Columbus concert, but it is 3 days past, and I still don't have a voice. I'm still so excited. I'm still riding high. Nothing really cool happened. No interactions with the guys, but it just was what I needed. I was going to tell you, I was listening to the podcast today, and the thing with your hand where you feel like the string coming out of your hand, you got to squeeze the person's wrist. Basically, what you're doing is you're cutting off the blood supply, and then you tap the fingers. That gives it time for the blood to really lose the blood in the fingers, and then cut off the blood supply. And then once you pull as you pull the string out, the so-called string, you open your hand off the wrist, and then it feels all the blood rushes through the fingers, and it feels like somebody's pulling a string. It's really cool, but that's how that works. And then when you were talking about the thing with the 2 fingers around your mouth and the tongue, and oh my gosh, that made me think of in the 90s. Now, I was in college, but I was very sheltered. So I was watching Beavis and Butthead, and Butthead was choking on a piece of chicken. I don't know if you can use this for your podcast or not, but I thought, and Beavis went around saying, "Oh, Butthead's choking the chicken. Butthead's choking the chicken." And that sounded so funny to me. So I would go around randomly saying that. I had no clue what it meant, but I would go around randomly saying that. Well, I remember that summer, I was 19, and that summer I was babysitting these 2 boys. One was like 10 or 11, and the other one was 4. But I would go around saying this in front of the boys, and the oldest boy knew what it meant, and I didn't, and he thought I was the coolest babysitter around because I was saying this. Oh my gosh, am I so embarrassed when I really found out what it was. I didn't find out until like 2 years after that. Oh my gosh, I was embarrassed. But anyway, I just wanted to share that. I love you guys. Talk to you later. Hey, I submitted my mixtape tour stories and pictures, so you guys should have that now. So, love you guys. Bye.
Hey guys, it's Kim. I was listening to your podcast on my walk. So I'm sorry if I'm out of breath because I'm walking the dog. But so I was listening, and it reminded me to call the hotline and just leave a message because this is the Sunday between concert weekends for me. Last weekend was Boston and Long Island. And then I had a midweek show at Mohegan Sun. This weekend, off from concerts, but then next weekend, it's the Florida shows. Well, two Florida shows. Good morning. Yeah, I'm walking. Next weekend, I will be going to Orlando and Fort Lauderdale for the end of the show. And I'm already thinking, oh my gosh, imagine that ending, the ending scene, you know what I mean, with everybody up on the stage. I think there's going to be some tears shed. So it's been an awesome concert season so far. And that's it. Just calling to say hi, give an update, and see Nikki soon. See you in a week. Nikki, oh my God, I sound so out of breath. Bye guys.
Hi ladies, this is Kelly. I'm just calling because we're sitting at Jenny's. I'm with Jill, Janessa, OG Jenny, Leilani, Kim, Christian, and the lovely Michelle. We just finished the last show of the tour, and it's been very emotional. And it was definitely a great show for sure. We're sitting here reminiscing, looking at our pictures of everything. And I realized I haven't called in and gave any recap of anything, so I just wanted to call and say how grateful and thankful I am for the guys putting in all this energy to this and planning us all out. Because without them, we wouldn't be where we all are. But that's what I wanted to say about that. I guess I will call back later if I have anything else to say. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Hi, Brooke and Nikki. It's Jackie, a.k.a. Brown Sugar Honey. Just calling to say congratulations on your second anniversary of My So-Called Whatever. I've been blessed to not only be an admin, but be your friend and a loyal listener. And I'm just so proud of the community that you guys have created with this podcast, giving people the ability to share their stories, whether it be New Kids related, NSYNC related, 80s, 90s. It's really just a great opportunity to reflect on good times, bad times, just where we've been and how far we've come just for this particular generation. So looking forward to hopefully another year of great podcasts. And again, just wanted to say congratulations. I'm so proud of you guys. And I'm sure that I speak for many others in thanking you for giving a safe place for people to share their memories and laugh. All right. Cheers.
End of messages.
File's done.